This is the KoperCrabb podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperweiss. It's a clever name, both the names put together.
I think we talked about that in our very first episode.
KoperCrabb!
All right, you guys, check out our sponsors, Direct Sound Headphones, Moon Juice CBD by Jade Rabbit. And of course, if you guys ever want to email us questions, hit us up at KoperCrabbPodcast@gmail.com. We try to get to everything. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe, because we're selling our fucking souls for this shit.
What about the theme song? That theme song is sick.
Dude,
The theme song is sick.
Yeah, every time it comes on, I bang my head.
You know what I was thinking? We should put this theme song, maybe put it on fucking, like, I don't know. What do you do? Put it on CD Babies or something like that?
Spotify? Yeah, CD Baby. That would be the
Maybe
that's the way.
What if we had like a KoperCrabb jingle album?
Oh,
Cheney, what do you think of that?
Definitely do that.
Well, what it would basically be is where that song came from.
I mean, really?
Which we have talked about on the podcast. Old school fans will know what's up. Oh, Shiva's is on my leg.
Wait, so I thought that this was the song that we made. Is it not? Am I remembering that wrong?
Hold on a second. Look at this. This is so sad.
Shiva's in a cone this week, and she's not really. We've been
horrible.
worried parents all week long.
It's absolutely horrible. We got her spayed, and they gave her a plastic cone, and telling me she's got to wear it for 2 weeks.
She couldn't navigate around in the plastic cone. It was really, really upsetting to watch. Once we got this
she's such a poor baby. So yeah, I went to the
fabric
store
cone
and got her this softer one, but I mean, this is just rough, man.
Yeah, but when she was wearing the other one, she was literally running into walls, and it was like really, really sad.
Yeah. So she hates it, and sometimes I take it off and I give her supervised time so she doesn't mess with her little incision, which is it's pretty brutal, actually.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, I didn't really think of it. I thought they were just going to spay her and be like, here you go, here's your cat back.
She's just as good as she was before
she's spayed.
You brought her
go.
in.
Anyway,
I've also been taking her outside for like supervised outdoor time for about 20 minutes.
Poor baby.
Yeah, she's really... You can hear her meow.
Can you hear?
Yeah. She is not a radio cat. Shiva. All right.
Poor baby.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. We've been like worried parents, and we had your mom come over and watch her for a while. It feels like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to claim that having a pet is like having a child. I know they're very different things, but when your pet is sick, I think that's as close as it comes to having a child.
Yeah, I honestly hate it. It drives me crazy because I don't know. I'm like not the most sentimental guy, right? We know this.
Yeah.
I've got my wall up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, this cat has just like broke me down, dude. You know?
I've seen you get this way around 2 animals, Maggie and Shiva.
Yeah, and Maggie is a dog that we would babysit on occasion. I've got some pictures of her on my Instagram somewhere. I'll pull one up.
You know what's funny about our show? It's a recurring theme that we always talk about photos that we'll put up or photos that we have, and we have not once shared any of those photos. I think people are still waiting for a photo of our van.
Still? Really? We haven't posted any photos of the van?
We haven't posted one photo of the van.
That Coco. Well, we're doing Van 2.0. I'm about to fucking announce that shit, dude. I don't even care.
Make an announcement.
Cheney and I are saving up for a super legit tour van.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Naveen, there's not touring happening right now. It's coronavirus.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know that.
That's what we say.
Yeah,
perfect.
I know that.
It gives us more time to save money.
Exactly.
Duh.
So you could sit around and say, well, one day, tour is going to happen and we'll figure it out when the time comes. What are we going to do? We're going to use this time where nothing's going on. We're going to save a bunch of money. Okay? We're trying to, anyway.
Yeah. Because we also like to spend money, and that's the downside of
Yeah. So
Of
we're
this.
we're gonna do it though.
We are.
We're gonna.
You know what happens for us when we put our minds to like doing something? When it's set in stone, especially you're really good at like holding shit down. There are certain things that I'm good at holding down, but with money, it's you. You're really good at it. And
strict.
and now that we've said something and we've made this goal, that is something that will make our lives way more comfortable on the road.
That's what I'm saying.
But
And
I think we're gonna do it because here's the advantage to taking a sprinter. Everyone's like, why don't you like save up and rent out something or whatever? But here's the advantage to a sprinter. You can.
Wait a minute, we didn't announce what kind of van we're buying.
Oh yeah, we're gonna buy a sprinter van.
Yeah.
And we're going to build it out and make essentially like a rocket ship, I think they call those
That's
things.
what we're going to do because we did the Cocoa, right? Which apparently no one's even seen. I didn't even know that.
No one
God,
has seen
we're horrible.
Cocoa. Yeah.
So we built out our, what is it? It's a Ford E350. It's a big 15-passenger van, but...
Which is the normal touring van.
Yeah.
So it's what we've had. It's what we bought initially to tour it.
So basically when coronavirus hit, that's funny that we're doing a Coco Bolo bit.
Yeah.
This is like the joke that's all we talk about. But anyway, we're going to talk about it.
Well, okay, sidetrack. But if you guys haven't seen the bingo,
KoperCrabb
the
podcast
KoperCrabb
bingo.
podcast bingo,
Oh, let
go
me
to
find
our Instagram and look this shit up because it is amazing.
Fucking hilarious.
One of the guys from the band Skybound made that. You guys should check them out. They're a Canadian band. Pretty sick.
Oh shit. Old dude on the internet not working out here. Anyway,
but this bingo is like spot on.
it's fucking hilarious.
And I was just and Coco Bolo is one of the
cracking up.
Anyway, you can cross off Coco Bolo for
so
today.
we when coronavirus hit, I started work. I was like, well, fuck, man, this shit might hit the fan, and we're gonna need an escape vehicle. Get the fuck out of here. So I ripped out all the seats, I ripped out everything from the inside of the van, and put down a wood floor. But I made it out of plywood, and I just sanded it and stained it brown.
It looks really good.
And then so
really
I started calling it Coco Bolo
Yeah.
as a joke from Better Call Saul. He gets a Coco Bolo desk, right? And then
Okay, I don't know if I talked about this because we were in the episode when we had Steve on. Steve from Circa Survive. When we had him on, we were talking about how he had a Coco Bolo drum kit.
yeah, I know.
And I have to be honest, the whole time I thought you guys were talking about, the water brand that we saw today?
Topo Chico.
I thought you guys were saying that he had a Topo Chico themed drum kit. And I thought that you were just I thought that the name Coco Bolo was just like Topo Chico and that you
That's
guys
hilarious.
had come up with this name for no reason. Like that was just the name of the band.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool too. Maybe the new one will be called Topo Chico.
Topo Chico.
Okay. So anyway, I started calling the van Topo. What the fuck? Oh, Coco Bolo. I started calling it Coco Bolo as a joke, and then Steve, though, he was like, "Dang, nice floors you got in there. Like, where'd you get the Coco Bolo from?" I was like, "Dude, it's plywood. It's not fucking Coco Bolo. I'm not gonna. What are you talking about? I'm the cheapest guy on earth. I'm not gonna fucking buy Coco Bolo for my van."
I know. Today we went shopping because we're having everyone over for the holiday this week to our house, and we went shopping for groceries. And before we went, we had made a grocery list, and we were just going through the grocery store and looking for groceries. And you should have seen the look on Naveen's face; like he was horrified with every further item that I put into the
$7.50?
shopping cart.
Yeah,
He was like,
$7.50 for a block of cheese.
at a certain point, he was just like, "Can we just make it work with what we've got?"
Just make it work with what we've got, dude. I'm actually every time an item goes in the cart, it's like devastating for me.
I know.
I'm just like,
You're hard to shop with, but it's funny for me.
actually, there's a notorious
I like looking at
fight.
it.
Should we talk about our notorious fight?
It was over Thanksgiving dinner.
Hold on, let's go back to that. We have to bring it back.
But we won't
finish
remember.
up.
We won't remember.
No, we'll come back to the Thanksgiving because we're going to talk about Thanksgiving right here.
Okay.
Everyone's wondering what this plate of fucking what it looks like. Tripe is over here. It's not tripe. It does look like tripe though.
That's your favorite thing to do on the podcast. It's like, oh, it's this. Oh no, it's not. You know what I mean?
I'm like a guy listening, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so we outfitted Coco Bolo. It's pretty sick. It's not. Do we really not have a fucking picture of it, dude?
We just have that really shitty picture that's taken at nighttime, and I don't think it does it justice. So we should go out and get a picture. The thing is that Naveen uses Cocobolo for a work van, so it's not always clean.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I got a bunch of work shit in there. Here's the here I can show you guys.
Cocobolo is a retired.
Here's the doors. At least I got a picture of the doors. I did these cool little door panels.
Yeah, those are awesome. That is one of the better parts.
So I guess all you can see is the door, and I put these little roller shades in the windows.
I mean,
I did a bunch of cool shit.
The van is
amazing.
Awesome. I mean, if you're looking to do a van life job for under like $2,000,
dude, I spent probably I spent about maybe $1,500.
You did it. You did it really well. You got a mattress, a really comfortable mattress. For one person, I think that the van would be totally livable. With two people
ideal
in there,
for one person, no problem.
Totally ideal. With two people in there, and we're both kind of messy people. Yeah. Like it's not a good living situation.
So that brings me back. We did the van. We went on a trip up to Portland, which we've probably talked about a bunch because it's the only fucking thing that we've done in the last year.
Yeah. Because I don't know if anyone has realized this, but everything's been shut down for
maybe almost a year coming up. Not really.
I think we're at 3/4 of a year. It started in March.
Right, yeah, okay. Anyway, so we went up to Portland, and upon going to Portland, I was like, it's a little crammed up in here.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that we're getting 4 people in a band, let alone 2 extra crew members to tour with us in that. No one will go on tour with us in that.
Yeah, it'll be a little brutal.
Yeah.
So since we don't have a band and we need to entice people to join the band.
To tour with us. Please.
That being said, we're like, and we were talking to Alex, right? Last week.
And
last week?
We were talking to Alex last week, and Alex was expressing how awful touring in a van is, period.
Yeah. So he's a wimp, self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed
And he's
wimp.
like, I'm not fucking going on a tour in a van. But then he was saying, oh, the rocket ship, which for those of you who don't know, it's a Sprinter. It's like a little mini bus. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, that's cool. I like that. So if he's a picky guy, it got my gears turning. I was thinking, well, why not dream big, right? If we're doing a band, if we're gonna do a band, if this is our thing, right?
Which apparently it is.
All right, it's our thing.
We've been doing it for a while.
I mean, what the fuck else am I gonna do? I'm already 35 and I've spent all this time doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shift gears.
Yeah, probably not.
It's not gonna happen. So let's go ahead and invest, do something really sick, get a big old Sprinter, maybe, or like a Dodge ProMaster, which I was telling you about.
Which the difference between a Dodge ProMaster and a Sprinter that Naveen has told me is that the ProMaster is wider.
That's what Tom Green said.
That's what Tom Green said.
So get one of those and outfit that out with a bunch of bunks, like total pro status.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to borrow any money because I don't do that. I don't borrow money. And we're going to save up. We're going to buy the thing cash money.
Yeah.
And we're going to build it out because we did get a sort of a tour offer like, hey, would you guys be interested in doing this if it happens next year in October?
Right.
So to me, that's like, okay, we have a whole year. How awesome is that, right?
I know.
We have a whole year to get ready and come out better than ever and come out with a new vehicle with a bunch of maybe we can convince some guys that otherwise might not do it if we didn't have the nice vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, touring in a van is fine, but I'm 5'2", and I think that for me it's exceptionally easy because I'm so short and I can fit in a van bench.
Yeah.
And still sometimes my knees hurt because I'm bending them a little too much.
Yeah.
Touring in a bus is great too. The disadvantage to touring in a bus is that you're not pulling into any parking lots. If you want to go to Walmart or anything like that in a bus, unless it's a day off, I don't know. Do buses usually park in Walmarts? I know that bandwagons will.
But buses usually get a hotel on a day off and they just park on the street or somewhere.
So if you really want to go anywhere in a bus, you're taking a cab. With a Sprinter, you can still like pull into a grocery store, go to Planet Fitness. It doesn't have a shower in it or
Which is good,
or
though,
a
'cause-
bathroom. But okay, for those of you, if you've never been on a bus, bath and seen the bathroom, it fucking starts to stink like
It's disgusting.
into tour because everyone's peeing in it and it just like starts to smell awful. And the showers, no one ever uses the fucking shower in the bandwagon. I mean, it's rare.
Yeah, I know. Like I've been on multiple buses that have had showers, right? And I've never used the shower there. It's filled with gear and shit.
Yeah, I know. Always.
It's like no
Granted,
one's using that shit.
there are advantages to that. There's a whole kitchen on a
Dude,
bus, which is fucking awesome.
The thing is,
and a
since
fridge.
I'm like, on Instagram, they start getting into your mind and stuff. So I get shot all these ads about van life stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, there's one that came up of a shower that is fucking sick.
Oh, yeah.
Like if we didn't have the Planet Fitness thing, I'd be like, maybe we should get that.
I actually enjoy the going to Planet Fitness.
That's true. But this thing attaches to like your back door.
Yeah.
And it hooks up to a propane tank.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hot water. Like
yeah. Oh, that's tight.
hot water at arm's reach.
I can't remember who you were telling that they were on a bus and we were going to Planet Fitness every day and they were like, dude, you shower way more than I do.
Dude, of course.
You know, it
no,
is
of
a
course.
thing.
Yeah.
So if we're going to invest in something, like spend a bunch of money on something, the Sprinter, I think, is the best way to go. Obviously, we're not going to buy a bus. We're also not a band who we're not touring in a bus.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So,
but the Sprinter thing makes perfect sense. And like I was saying, if this is what we're going to do, I mean, you got to do something with your life, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, it helps me to have some sort of goal, I guess.
Totally.
Let's freaking get a sick-ass Sprinter. I'll outfit that thing out 2.0 because now that I've done the one van, I sort of have a little bit, here's what I would have done differently, da-da-da-da.
Yeah. We also have the advantage that your brother's a metal
Yeah.
worker. Yeah.
My brother, he does all sorts of sick metal work, so he can weld us some. This time I'm going to get him to do the whole
we also
thing straight
have
up.
your brother-in-law who is an electrician. And, we kind of got like all the
a lot of craftsmen over here.
A lot of craftsmen.
A lot of
and then we have the
craftsmen.
drapery guru in the family. So
He could do some drapes in there.
So we're actually employing everyone right now to work on our
We'll see
Sprinter.
what happens. They're not going to get paid what they usually get paid working for me, dude.
Dude, but I was just
tyrant.
thinking we should put like a tiny fridge in it. Or
I know we got to have something like that.
we have to have something. Or
Something like that, for
even
sure.
room for our cooler on it.
Yeah.
That could probably work.
Yeah. Or, I mean, they make coolers that are similar to what we have. We have like an Arctic kind of thing, which is total pro move. Anybody out there listening, if you're just going on tour or you're in a van, you get one of these Yetis or Arctic coolers.
Oh, dude.
We're talking like ice in there for, I don't know, 3-4 days. And you can Cheney and I ate just exclusively out of the cooler
It
for
saved
like
us.
the whole tour.
It saved us so much money.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked about it a ton, but there was a tour that we went on where we got our band completely out of debt.
Yeah.
And we didn't make a lot of money on that tour. Like we
Right.
didn't go home with a lot of money, but
So we were like, hey, we're going to save the most amount of money here.
yeah, we paid off all of our debts and we saved all of our money. So Naveen and I, that's actually when we financially, like personally started saving money. And
right.
we did on tour because we had like a budget and we bought food at Walmart and Target and just put it all in the cooler. And that's what we were doing the entire time. You can fit a cooler right up front between the two front seats.
I will say, dude, I mean, I don't know if everybody's cut out for that kind of austerity.
Yeah.
But when I got, because I was like so used to eating cold food.
Oh, yeah. We
Like
only
when I ate like hot
cold
food, it was like, oh, this is insanity.
I'm not joking. There were weeks in a row that we only ate cold food.
Yeah. But I
Or
personally,
room temperature like nuts. I was eating a lot of nuts on that tour, like almonds and peanuts.
just restricted. I think people need to do that. Seriously, like in your life, it's really good to step back from all this stuff that we think is necessary, and it just gives you this totally different perspective, man. Like
It really does.
like strip it down. You know, you don't need You don't need any of this. Most of the stuff that we do during the day and the things that we interact with, we don't need.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that's
maybe what,
absolutely
90%
true.
of it? You just don't need it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, what do you actually need? You don't need, when it comes to food, you don't need all of this fancy shit. Rice and beans and water can get you through life.
That's why I like doing some sort of like a calorie restriction or like just doing these restrictions. It just helps you to see like it's not all about how much good stuff I can consume, because that never ends. It's a never ending thing. So I think every once in a while, Channing and I sort of go through this like purge, I guess you might want to call it, like a sort of just taking a step back from all this stuff and let's eat super healthy and minimal, and that's what we were doing on that tour. We were kind of like, let's not spend a whole lot. Let's not spend any money, right?
Yeah,
try that. Try that. I do that I actually do that every month. I only give myself $100 to spend on stuff that I just want to buy.
Yeah.
And it's like liberating.
It really is. It's fascinating to see also on both sides how much you can do without and how much you can save when you're doing without. It's also, we've talked about this a lot, how much beginning with the diet and the sleep schedule, the rest of the things in your life start to fall into place in that kind of way. Because for us, so Naveen and I, like, we do all of these diets and things together because it's so much easier when we're both doing it. It's really hard when you're in a couple and you hang out as much as we do to, like, if one person is gonna indulge, then the other is going to indulge. That's kind of how we roll.
Yeah, I guess right now we're sort of like, where are we? We're like on the fence, kind of like in between.
Yeah, we're on the fringe right now.
But
so we started on this crazy diet. I think it was.
Well, no,
it was right after we got back from Europe, and we went on a week-long thing.
Super fit and blah blah blah.
So it was in January. I think it was like right at the New Year. We decided together that we were going to get super fit and go to the gym all the time, and we did. And we use this thing called MyFitnessPal. We count our calories. We're going to the gym every day. And a few months in, I think when you started getting really into Jocko Willink, because Jocko wakes up at 5 in the morning. I don't know. He might wake up earlier than that. 3:30 or some crazy shit.
His thing is 4:30, right?
Which is fucking early.
5:30? I don't know. No, we were waking up at 5:30.
We started waking up at 5:30. So that was a few months into the working out every day, or, a lot of the week and eating well. So then we started, after that, like everything else started falling into place. You start saving a bunch of money. So that's where that came
See, because that's what I started thinking. I was like, okay, well, we're doing so well with keeping track of like when we're getting up, how much we're eating every day, and we're seeing all these great results. I was like, well, fuck, man, I wish I could have something like this for money.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any money. Right? So that was
the problem. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was like one of the problems, that we knew we were making money, but we never had any money because we were spending all of it. And you don't really realize, it starts to get away from you how many things you're spending money on.
You got to check in on that stuff. So like that day, I actually found out about Dave Ramsey, maybe the same like week that I was thinking like, wow, I wish I could. Anyway, he's a money dude, no debt guy, which is, I mean, in this culture, borrowing money is like just, it's second nature. It's so second nature that money.
People, if we talk to people about it, and you talk to people about it because you're even more gung-ho about, you're like super gung-ho about saving money.
Mad.
People get mad. We've gotten into several arguments with people that we love over whether or not they should get a credit card, because neither of us have credit cards. But we do have credit.
We won't have credit for much longer though, because we haven't borrowed money in like, I don't know, over 2 years or something. It's
but the thing with that is that we don't have credit, but when it's come to things that we do have credit. Okay, to clarify, we do have credit, but when it comes to like things that we've needed credit scores
Should I do a credit report real quick and just prove to these people?
Here's our credit report. But when it's come to things that we have needed credit proof of credit for, we've had enough money in the bank because we've been able to save so much that they don't They don't question our credit.
When you're not giving your money to banks because you owe them a bunch of money, you can set it aside and hold on to it.
Yeah.
Hello.
And that goes back to like why we don't want to put a Sprinter on credit.
Yeah, and dude, trust me, like lately I've been thinking like, man, I could just probably go get a Sprinter like right now.
Yeah, definitely could.
You know, but I'm not going to do that. I'm hanging true.
No.
Staying true to the no debt.
I don't want to pay interest. I mean, maybe
because hold on a second. This is the reason why. Coronavirus. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone goes, "Oh, it's all great. I got a job. I got all the, you know, we're a band. We're playing all these shows. Da da da." Coronavirus hits, right? And then you have a bunch of payments every month and you're not bringing anything in.
Yeah.
Whereas we, fortunately, you know, thank you, paid everything off. And coronavirus hit and it's like, okay, well, our payments are just rent.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And you know,
so, you know, we don't owe on a couple cars and blah, 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 blah.
but even so, since we had paid off all of our debt within the band, we were going to pay for our merch up front. So we were going to pay for all of our t-shirts that we would take out and sell on the road, which I don't know, we pay like $4.50 a shirt or something. We were going to pay all of that up front. And that, if you aren't paying for that out of pocket, you might start to become like disconnected from it and not really give a shit about how much merch you're ordering or how far ahead of time you're ordering it. But you know, because in our band, I handle ordering the merch and stuff. I was waiting until the last minute to order merch because you never know what's going to happen. We've learned that in our band because we've made a few mistakes. Like one time, I think we ordered plane tickets early.
Yep.
And we spent $300 and like dates of a tour changed, or we decided to take another tour. So we needed plane tickets for another day. So we've lost money over stupid things like that before. And because of that, and because we have no debt and we are like very connected to where we're spending money in the band, I wait until the last minute to order our merch. And if it was me 3 years ago, I would have ordered like $10,000 worth of merch way before I found out about coronavirus.
Yeah, and we know bands that, because we had a tour in April, right?
Yeah.
So we could have been slapped with a freaking, I don't know, whatever, 10 grand merch bill or whatever the fuck it was.
We totally could have.
So,
and me 3 years ago, I was just ordering merch left and right. I like kind of had my eye on things, but I really didn't give a shit. I just wanted us to have a cool merch spread. That's all I cared about. But now, because, you know, last year we started paying way more attention to our finances, I pay a lot more attention to where we're spending money and how many things we're ordering and like what does well and all of that shit. And it's just prepared me for this whole coronavirus thing, luckily, because...
Well, is it luck though?
Yeah. Is it luck? I guess it's lucky that we decided to do it when we did.
I guess fortunate is what I might refer to it as.
There we go.
It's fortunate.
Yeah.
That we came across the no debt lifestyle. But if you guys want to know more about that, then I don't know, hit us up or something. We'll tell you more.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly been life-changing.
Yeah,
but
it's good stuff.
You know, you might disagree.
Most people don't want to do it. I mean, most people, I found that most things that I think are good or cool, most people are like repulsed by them. Like all the music I like, pretty much all of it is not, like I would go through my liked songs, you know, like on Spotify.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't play any of this at like a party with like normal people, you know?
Yeah.
So that's like out, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's anything I think or get into. It's just, you know, I'm I'm not going to hold any debt. It's like, okay, you're a psycho, you know? You're crazy.
It's not really the not having debt thing that people freak out about. People freak out when we start to talk about credit cards. I wouldn't even say we. I would say when you start to talk about not having credit cards. Although neither of us have them.
Yeah, I'm just so, like, I don't even care to the point where I don't even need to talk about it. Because I'm like, dude, I'm some fucking, like, loser death metal musician.
Yeah, I mean.
And I, like, live in a great area of the country. We have a really good life, you know? So, for me, I don't need to prove anything. My life proves it. Boom.
Yeah, I think that can be said for all things, you know. Sometimes I wonder that about people, like when people like have to go out and talk about all of the things that they've accomplished. I sometimes wonder how much they've actually, like if it's just if they're trying to prove something.
Like theorize all you want, but I hold the #1 metal podcast of all time.
All time, baby.
According to my mom and Cheney's mom.
But that was the rant. You know, hey, I say you do what you want with your finances, but what we're trying to do is save up some money and get a Sprinter for our van because
be
we
safe.
want
and be safe.
And be
really,
safe.
That's what it is.
And be safe.
When coronavirus hits, when the next fucking thing hits, we don't know what it's
no one could have predicted this shit, Naveen. Like, you know.
Here's the thing.
No
you
one.
Don't know, and I've been thinking about this a lot this week. You don't know. Hold on a second. This is gonna be crazy. Bombshell. You don't have control over anything. Boom. Said it.
Nothing.
Right?
I think that's the scariest part of living.
Right?
The scariest part of living is, and that's where a lot of stress and anxiety comes.
No, that's where where stress and anxiety comes from.
Yeah,
that's
from the unknowing, from having all of life is unpredictability. That's all.
No, it's like I want this to happen, and it's not happening.
Yeah, you have no control.
Therefore, I'm upset. I'm suffering. Or I want to be over there. I'm here, and now I don't have what I want.
Yeah.
Right. But dude, you literally can't control the outcome of what you do. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking about that.
No, you only can to very small degrees, because there is, like, if you do something bad, it's probably going to have a bad outcome.
That's true.
If you do something nice, it's probably going to have a good outcome.
That's true.
So you can, I think, in a tiny way, you know, like change the outcome to things or have control over the outcome, but
you can
the big
aim.
picture.
You can aim.
Yeah. Over the big picture, though.
I was thinking about that. Like I had a long day at work or whatever, and I was like kind of pissed. I was like, fuck, this sucks. But then I was like, okay, why am I upset? And then I was thinking like, well, what? No, it's on both of us. Oh. Okay, we're good. It's just on me. But I was thinking, okay, why am I upset? And it's because, I don't have complete... like, do you ever think about that? Like, why am I pissed off? Like, why am I upset right now? What's going on?
Yeah, I think about that. If I ever get super frustrated, I start to think about that.
It's
like, what's happening?
It's always... I think I was maybe 100%. It's 100% because I want to control this situation and I don't have control.
Oh, dude. Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? But we don't have control. We don't have control.
No.
We don't. You don't even have control over your heart beating or the bodily functions that are happening within your body. So you, of course, can't control what's going to... Well, that's crazy. My hand goes straight into your mic. I mean, into your video.
Camera.
Yeah. So you definitely can't have control over the outcome of some complex plan that involves a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, all you can do is just do your... It's going to sound corny, but not your best, but you can just do what it is you think you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
The things that you love, that you find happiness in. And there are some... I don't think that you're going to like up front find happiness in everything in life, because a lot of things are super mundane, and a lot of things, you know, when it comes to work, at the end of the day, who really wants to like be on someone else's dime? Who really wants to do that stuff? But you can find happiness within each of those things. Like if there's something that I don't enjoy doing at work, then I just like kind of step back from it and allow myself to enjoy it. Or just say,
what else can you do?
What
That's
else
the
can
thing.
you do?
It's
You're
like we
here
don't
at
have.
work.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like you want to control the situation, but there is no control over it.
Exactly.
Like you don't. I could be driving home from work and get in a car crash and die.
Exactly.
I don't have control over it. So the only thing that I can do is aim myself towards what I think is great, and just be happy doing that.
Yeah.
That's literally your only option.
Yeah. It really is.
Because you don't have control over like
anything.
It's so complicated when you're dealing with let's say just for instance, you want to be in a big band or whatever, right? So being in a big band, it's reliant on a million different people, right? This guy, that guy, the label, your band members, this, that, and the other thing. All you can do is do your part and just enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. Because I was also thinking, this is going to sound depressing, but I was also thinking, you know, mathematically speaking, I might not ever be famous. No. I actually, mathematically speaking, I won't be famous.
You definitely, yeah, you won't.
I won't be famous. What I'm doing now is not going to work out. It's going to fail, right? And same with most people listening to me talk right now, right? Your dream is probably not going to work out. And I know that for a fact because I know that even when your so-called dream does happen, it's not what you thought it was going to be when you get there.
It's totally not. Okay, I wrote a lyric about this. I have a lyric on Dark Future, which is our album with our band. If you don't know, we're in a band. It's called Entheos. We wrote an album. It's called Dark Future.
Yeah, we kind of just run this podcast as if everybody knows who we are.
But I don't know if you do or not.
Well, you wouldn't be listening to it
I have
if
a
you
lyric. Every dormant dream that I have imagined is brought to life, but never as I planned.
That's it, dude.
It really, everything that's happened to me in my life that I've dreamt of forever. Because I've done a lot of the stuff that I've dreamt of doing. But when you get there, it's never.
No, it's not.
Never how you imagined it would be. Everything's just a little askew. It's almost like a clone of your dream.
Exactly.
And none of the stuff that I've dreamt of doing has ever solely brought me happiness. Has ever solely brought me the feeling of content. It's a mindset.
I'm convinced. Yeah, exactly.
It's a mindset that exists externally from the things that have happened that I've dreamt of doing.
Yep.
That's really what it is, because you can be in you can be playing in a band in Europe in front of a crowd and have a sold out fucking crowd and people are vibing to your music, and you can still be the most depressed person on earth and just get off stage and think about how fucking horrible your set was and how much no one likes you and just be sulking.
Yeah.
It's possible to do that. It does happen a lot.
Or kill yourself.
Or kill yourself.
People go to the point of what you're saying. Scott Weiland.
Yeah.
Many others.
Yeah.
They're in these positions where you would think, wow, that's just it. And they're
I actually think Scott Weiland didn't kill himself.
No, he did.
Chris Cornell.
And Scott Weiland, though. I mean, drug addict. Come on, that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, that is.
I'm not trying to
slowly killing yourself.
Yeah, that's horrible. I'm saying you're in a situation where most people would envy that, but to you, it's just not how it worked out, and it's never going to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably not going to work out, and if it does work out for any of us, it's going to work out in some way that is not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, that's okay, and scientifically speaking, we don't know why we're here or what we are, what this existence is. But all we can do, right, for me personally, what's helped me is you just aim for what you think is what you're supposed to do here and just do that.
And you kind of, to a certain extent, have to be along for the ride.
But that's the thing that I've been thinking about lately. You are along for the ride. You don't have an option.
Damn.
There's no option to not be along for the ride or to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm totally in control. I got this. It's all my doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not, though.
Right.
It's totally not.
It's not.
You're a product of nature, and there's nothing else you can do about it.
That's it.
I mean, prove me wrong, dude. Fucking hell.
I can't. That was a really good rant that we just went on. But anyway, so tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I know that there are a lot of feelings surrounding Thanksgiving, and you know what? I totally agree. It's fucked up. But what I do like about this day is that we get together with
the other day,
family
the other
and we
day,
get to hang out.
Oh, Jenny, the other
I'm
day
just
you were
really
like-
excited.
No, you were like, I just love Thanksgiving. It's all about like just smoking weed and hanging out with you. I was like, I don't think it's about smoking weed.
I know. I was like, Thanksgiving is my favorite. Well, first of all, I've been on a Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday kick because you don't have to give presents to people and it's all about smoking weed and just eating food.
Okay, so let's talk about that food.
Let's talk about the food.
All right, so Jane and I don't eat meat. So what we've come across, so it's what are you guys going to eat for Thanksgiving, right? What are you
this
guys
is
eating for Thanksgiving?
Jeopardy. Alex, rest in peace. What are you guys going to eat for Thanksgiving for 300?
We've done tofurkey, we've done, you name it.
Okay,
but
you can, for those of you who do eat meat, if you don't know shit about not eating meat, then you can go to the grocery store. They have these tofurkey roasts that are usually made out of soy and...
It's wheat gluten. It's
wheat
like
gluten.
a lot of veggie meat's made out of that.
Wheat
It's got
gluten.
a bad name these days.
Wheat gluten, seitan.
Seitan, I prefer.
Seitan, so... And they'll have they'll be in the frozen section. They'll have stuffing in them. You throw them in the oven, you're done. And they're okay. They kind of taste a little rubbery.
They're a little bouncy.
There's some really good veggie meat, but I don't think they've nailed down the Thanksgiving roast.
But we've come to realize this. You don't even need veggie meat because the
earth
earth provides you with this amazing oyster mushrooms. So this is what we're going to have right here. Look at this. Dang, that looks crazy. So I've came across this YouTube channel. Let me see here. I can actually put this in.
Get a close up. It honestly looks, once you start cooking
so
it,
for those
it
of
looks
you
like
who-
octopus.
There we go. Boom. Look at that.
I like to call it chicken of the forest. I think a lot of people actually call it that.
That's insane. So these are oyster mushrooms, and fortunately, we live in Santa Cruz, and there's a lot of hippie markets that have specialty.
I don't think that's just a Santa Cruz thing anymore.
I know, but to be able to get these, I don't know. I don't know if you can get them in bulk.
I don't know if they're seasonal
incredible.
or I don't know
Anyway.
anything about vegetables.
So I found this YouTube channel, Wicked Food, and they make these insane dishes with the oyster mushrooms. But what they do is you put it in your iron skillet.
Which we knew about oyster mushrooms before we saw this. We've eaten them before, but we didn't know this is how you made them.
This method of cooking them is just next level. So you put it in your iron skillet. This is what we're going to do for Thanksgiving. We did it the other night, but what happened was we didn't realize how it becomes a lot smaller once you cook it down. Yeah. So we had 2 bites of mushrooms a piece. And it was really good.
In true steak fashion.
Yeah. So this time we went ahead and got over a little over a pound.
Which these puppies are a little expensive.
Yeah, it's $10 a pound. But I don't know, whatever. It's a festive thing.
I wish that we could have people I like cooking for people. I think that you and I are pretty good cooks. Let's be real. We're pretty good at cooking. I wish that we could have a dinner party.
I think we should. Maybe a KoperCrabb podcast dinner.
Dinner
you guys
party.
are all invited.
We have thought about that though, because this is something that, what band were you talking about? Used to do this?
Shelter.
So Shelter, they used to cook they're vegetarian or vegan, whatever. They used to cook vegetarian meals for everyone who would come to their shows, on their bus. They would just take their bus around the country and do that.
So bad.
I
so
would
cool.
love to do that. That's my dream. Is it doesn't have to be in a bus. We could bust out a grill outside and just have a bunch of
just free
people who are into our
food,
band
dude.
come in and we'll cook up vegetarian food.
That's
for
just
you.
that's so
some
amazing.
oyster mushrooms or
just whatever. I don't know.
That's my dream, for us to roll through town and do that.
Yeah, and we're doing it. It's not like some.
No, we'd be the ones.
We're back there.
making
Hey,
food.
we got food for everybody. It's fucking a great time. It's a party. So I came across this channel. It's like a vegan food channel, Wicked Food. But the way that they do these is they take this amazing mushroom. Look at this thing.
Oyster mushrooms again is what they're called.
right? And you put it down like this in the pan and fry it, and it starts to soften up. And then you take on the top, you put another pan or a pot or something, and you press it down. And then what happens is it kind of compounds. And I really recommend everybody go check out this channel because it's like, I don't really watch food channels very much. I mean, I like cooking and I like food and stuff, but for some reason, these guys just got it. It's like a total food that I want to eat.
I love the food channel.
Yeah, I've been watching their videos.
Those are my two favorite channels. The Food Network, like Chopped and stuff, and like the Murder Channel.
So here's what it looks like. They take, here's what it is. They take it and they fry it down and you press it on your grill, and it's so good. It's got this like, I mean, it's like meat. It's so meaty.
No, it does taste like meat. For any people who are skeptical, who are meat eaters, this is the first thing I'd cook for you because it's really got like...
Yeah, and Cheney doesn't like the veggie meat stuff, really.
Yeah, I'm not really into veggie meat. I'm not really into it. So I love finding shit like this. And oyster mushrooms, I think, are one of the closest, if not the closest thing to meat that I've tasted.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
People like to make them into like chicken breasts as well. That's a big thing too.
So when you press it down like that, it becomes like this steak type. Yeah. And all I did was put, you can put some oil and salt and pepper. That's it.
You know what I've been craving
And you just
lately?
press it down. But anyway, you can watch these guys' channel. They'll tell you how to do it exactly.
You really should. You know what I've been craving lately? Do you remember at Heavy Montreal, the vegan truck had those the
carrot
hot dogs. Dude, I've been craving those so badly.
I was making fun of that, though.
I know.
That's like when you want to make fun of like a vegetarian, they have a fucking carrot on a hot dog bun. But it was so good,
Naveen and I went to the fucking worst raw vegan restaurant in where was it?
It was in Venice.
It was in Venice, and this was embarrassing. Like, we went there because I think that your mom had found it on Yelp because your mom eats like she's a super strict eater.
Yeah.
And she found this place on Yelp because a bunch of celebrities had gone there, apparently. We went to this place. We went to this fucking place. There was one guy working there, okay?
Poor bastard. I mean, honestly, I feel bad for this guy.
I don't feel bad for him if he was the owner.
You don't feel bad
for him. If he owns that place,
Either way, I feel bad for him.
I know. I feel bad for people, especially at restaurants, who work there. I have a soft spot for people. Yeah, I don't know why. But, okay, so we went there and we ordered, I think we ordered a hot dog. It was labeled on the menu as a hot dog.
No, it was a taco, I think.
Okay, a taco. And he came out, and the taco was a piece of lettuce.
Obviously,
with carrot shreds in it, 3 carrot shreds and a few shreds of beet and cashew crumbles.
Yeah, I remember my mom started laughing at one point.
No,
yeah,
it was
so bad.
We were all. It was horrible.
It was just silly.
You know what's the best restaurant though?
Whatever.
We go to Cafe Gratitude downtown Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
that place rules.
Yeah, they actually make a deep fried mushroom dish.
Yeah.
Which is their best thing. It's incredible.
I've been on this oyster mushroom thing for a minute though, but it's just so expensive. So you know how we were talking about how Naveen doesn't like spending money? So I've been telling him about oyster mushrooms for how long, babe? 2 months. I've been we need to get on this oyster mushroom train, okay? And you've been but they're so expensive. They're so expensive. I don't want to get any.
But I mean, if you think about it, steak is more than $10.
How much is steak?
So I mean,
how much is hamburger?
Hamburger is probably
$4
$3 or $4 a pound.
Chicken, I think, is the cheapest, right?
Chicken's way cheap. Yeah.
But what are you getting? Frozen chicken? I mean, if you got frozen oyster mushrooms.
Honestly, to me, is kind of disturbing. I'm not going to lie. It's disturbing. I'm not trying to go on a veggie rant, but...
Oh, God. Propaganda. We should have a propaganda button.
Isn't it disturbing that a living being killed is less than a mushroom? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, mushrooms are living beings, too. Don't get me wrong.
No one's claiming over here that we're not killing.
Yeah, you have to kill stuff to live. That's the nature of it. But I mean, it seems like a bird is so much
worth
more than something that just grows on a tree or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's just that's the free market, I guess.
It's interesting.
It is what it is.
Because, you have to
and
wonder.
I'm not going to claim superiority.
Well,
I mean,
here's actually the weird thing, though, is that I wonder, where are oyster mushrooms harvested? I would like to look that up. Can you get me
true. I think you can make them in a Home Depot bucket.
You know what? I think we should start doing that. But, you drive through the middle of the country or even southern California, and it's just like there are a ton of cows. But I'm wondering, is the number of oyster mushrooms really higher than or lower than the number of cows? Because it doesn't seem like, even though there are a lot of cows, it doesn't seem like there are that many.
Okay, hold on, Cheney. Hold on, dude. Look at this. Look at that.
We need a TV.
Oh shit, you can't see
We need
it.
a TV so that I can see what's going on.
Okay, well, I'll just explain.
We've been talking about that.
For you
right?
and people who can't see, they're growing oyster mushrooms in what basically looks like a chicken coop, like a horrifying rows of mushrooms growing up.
That's what they're doing for the factory oyster mushroom farming.
Totally.
So how many oyster mushrooms are harvested per year?
It looks
compared to
crazy. How many? It looks like the Matrix, dude. This is fucking insanity.
Compared to how many chickens are harvested?
What do you mean?
Like how many oyster mushrooms are harvested per year compared to how many chickens are harvested?
Oh, there's billions of chickens harvested.
Yeah, but I want actual statistics.
All right, let me look that up. But I mean, we're talking, dude.
Because
chickens.
I'm just trying to get like a price point, like why the price point is what it is.
It's because it's. I'm pretty sure it's subsidized by the government. There's incentives to harvest chickens.
Yeah, but are oyster mushrooms, because the oyster mushrooms are fairly expensive, even compared to other vegetables. Are they like hard to grow? Where are we harvesting
it's
that?
Probably
What's
just, I mean, I don't know, but I would say.
Well, yeah, that's why you're the guy with the computer.
I know, but it's going to take me like fucking an hour to get the answer to what you're saying.
Because your internet
just
connection is slow?
No, because I'm stupid.
Oyster
mushrooms are grown from mycelium. How to grow mushrooms? I don't know. I mean, what you're looking for is like the
just
inner
look
workings
up how many oyster mushrooms are harvested per year.
Okay. Harvest.
We need a real producer.
Yeah, I know.
So that we can have someone really looking up information.
This is a kind of a esoteric question.
No, it's not. How many oyster mushrooms are harvested per year?
Most oyster mushroom growers. Sorry, let me fix this real quick.
Oh my god.
Okay, like 60. It takes 60 days to make an
oyster mushroom.
They get 25 pounds per square foot. That seems pretty good to me.
Okay, so how many do they get of chickens per square foot?
For example, a yield from 500 square foot grow room would be 1,200 pounds.
Okay, what is it for chickens?
Okay, let's see now with the chickens. Okay, chicken per square foot. Yield.
Man, I've been inside of a pig barn. It actually brings me back. So I went inside of a pig barn because my old band practiced
on a second.
on a pig farm.
I gotta cut you off.
They were really horrified of humans.
Dude, Shane, that's the most like Iowan thing that you have ever done.
My old band?
Yeah.
So well, here's another Iowan. Okay, so I used to practice on a pig farm. Damn. Because the drummer of my band, Joe, the band that I was in Iowa, was called From Citizen to Soldier, which is the band I was in when we met. We opened for a show for animals. But anyway, so we practiced on a pig farm, and I went into a pig barn, and I saw the pigs just be fucking horrified of humans.
Okay, check this out. Here we go. Dude, rule of thumb is about 2 to 3 square feet per chicken.
Wow. So that's
Okay.
actually fascinating to
So
me that
you're going to
chickens...
get 1,200 pounds of mushrooms for 1 square foot per 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to, I believe you, to harvest a chicken, it's 3 weeks. So that's like
really?
2 chickens.
Okay, so that's turnover. Well, chickens have more protein and they make more money.
Yeah, but that's like, there's more food to be grown with the fucking oyster mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean, oyster mushrooms don't offer as...
I mean, everybody's all into science
I don't
these
know what the
days.
nutrients
That's the
are.
science. I don't know what to say.
Well,
it's not my fucking...
I don't think that that's the thought. Chicken has more nutrients to offer than mushrooms, which have... Mushrooms are fairly high in carbs.
Well, let's look up the nutrient density of mushrooms. It's the most boring episode of all time.
It's pretty fascinating. I mean, I'm not going to try to talk anyone into doing anything, but
let's talk about it.
But you do have to wonder, like, what is actually better for you or your body? Like, eating... It depends on the kind of chicken you eat. Like, are you buying a bunch of frozen chicken? Are you buying a bunch of fresh chicken? Do you know where your chicken comes from or your beef or whatever it comes from? Which it's much better for you if you do than if you're fucking with factory farming. But
yeah,
if you only replace like 2 meals a week with a more plant-based meal, it can't be bad for you.
What is?
If you replace two meals a week with a plant-based meal.
All right, so if you ate 8 ounces of oyster mushrooms, you got 7 grams protein, 14 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber.
Wow.
So you can minus that from the carbs.
If you're a fake keto dieter.
So
that's
pretty
goddamn good.
It's pretty good. And honestly, if it's coming from veggies, really?
Yeah.
You know, are you going to be like, oh.
It's hard.
Like, are people fat because they ate too much broccoli and mushrooms? It's never happened. It's never happened.
I know.
That has never happened.
Unless the broccoli was deep fat fried and the mushrooms were like in
Which is
gravy.
really fucking good, by the way.
Dude. Fuck. What's mushrooms deep fat fried, though?
What's it called? Tempura.
Tempura.
Yeah. All right. So.
But anyway, that was our boring episode about...
We're an hour in. Should we
mushrooms.
do questions?
Yeah, let's do a couple of questions. Okay. I'm going to read this first one. It's from Joe.
I got to take a whiz.
Well, that gives me plenty of time.
Kombucha.
That gives me plenty of time.
Okay.
All right. So this first question is from Joe. What's up, Joe? It says, hello, Cheney and Naveen. I'm Joe, and I've been a fan of your guys' band and former bands in the case of Naveen for quite a while. I've been listening to your... Joe, you mean you haven't heard of my band from... I'm just kidding. I've been listening to your podcast for a couple of weeks now, starting from the first one, and I haven't quite made it halfway yet. So if you read this out in one of the podcasts, I won't know for a few weeks, which is kind of exciting. I want to say thanks to you guys for doing the podcast and being so good at it. Well, thanks, man. I don't know if we're good at it, but we try. After our 20-minute vegetarian rant. It's been inspirational and motivating to hear you guys talk about your beginnings and the circumstances that have led you to where you guys are now, and for being such a fucking kick-ass band and musicians. I'd like to tell you guys a bit of how your music has helped me through some tough times. Back at the end of 2017, I was going through the hardest, most heartbreaking breakup I've ever experienced. Dude, that shit is real. Yeah, breaking up is hard. So a friend of mine in a group convo called Tech Death Fanboys mentioned he had heard the newest Entheos album, Dark Future, and it was sick. I'd never heard of your band before, but I went and checked it out. It blew my fucking mind, and through the raw power of your music, I started finding the strength to get back on track about my physical and mental health. Wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. I was in Mexico at the time, and I remember walking down the beach to the beach every morning and playing the album as I stretched and watched some massive waves. For me, anyways, we're talking maybe 10 to 12 foot waves and getting pumped up and then hitting the surf. Damn, awesome. It was amazing to have songs like White Noise or Pulse of a New Era stuck in my head while battling these monster waves and writing a few of them, which seemed like a good analogy for my life at the time. I came back home to Canada and kept listening to Dark Future every fucking day, pretty much on repeat for all of 2018. There wasn't much else that I could consider half as interesting. It would pump me up at the gym on my long drives. So anyways, I just wanted to share that and thank you again for unknowingly helping me get through some rough times. Now I can look back at that shit and be like, fuck, that was rough, but that was awesome. Before we answer your questions, Joe, I just want to say that's the type of shit that I'm going to think of if I'm ever feeling down about being in a band. You know what I mean? If I ever start to feel down about anything, or if I'm ever like looking for encouragement. So thank you for inspiring me.
Yeah, there's people out
with
there
that.
and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You do what you think you're supposed to do, and then apparently people connect to it.
Yeah.
I hope that happens, but it's no guarantee that's going to happen. And if it does happen, that's great.
Yeah.
You
So
know? That's great. That's better than anything that could happen.
It really is. So thank you, man. That means a lot to me. I have a few questions / comments for you guys. Cheney, I remember seeing you at the merch table when you guys opened for Rivers of Nile in Vancouver at the Rickshaw Theater. Fuck yeah, man. That was my first time ever playing rickshaw, and that was really fun. I was starstruck, and I was so happy that you guys played the full length of one of my favorite fucking albums. I'm not afraid to say that there were tears rolling during a few songs in that set. That's amazing.
That's
wow.
Awesome.
Thanks, Joe. You just brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, a tear.
It didn't roll down, but
I've cried during shows a bunch of times. It's no big deal to me.
I have to, yeah.
What shows did you cry at?
Air, I cried at.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw them on stage, I was like...
Starstruck.
I wasn't even starstruck. It was just a culmination of so many memories and so many years of my life that I'd been listening to that band. And it just I just couldn't believe I was watching music I loved that much played live.
I agree, man. I agree.
So, you have the questions, Naveen. Sorry.
Okay, so my question is, it's for Cheney. Have you ever taken vocal training? How did you develop your screaming technique? And have you ever hurt yourself from singing or screaming?
Okay, I have never taken a lesson, but I have learned things from friends of mine throughout my life. Like we've toured with a lot of vocalists. I've learned things from a few people that we've toured with. The way that I started screaming, I used to emulate, and I still do this. I try to do what I hear other people doing, and I form voices off of that because I really like in screaming. So when I first started doing, it wasn't even when I first started doing vocals. It was like when I was 18, 19, there was this thing happening in deathcore, if you will, where it was really popular to have. Yeah. Shit, this sounds like, well, that's not even. It was really popular to have two vocalists, right?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Despised Icon had two vocalists. They were one of my favorite bands. I still love that band. I always wanted, when people were looking for two vocalists, I joined a band. We were talking about them earlier, From Citizen to Soldier. They initially had two vocalists. So it was a huge goal of mine to be able to emulate two different vocalists. I wanted to fit a lot of vocal styles into my own voice so no one could ever be like,
that makes sense, man.
We need two vocalists. Because even back then I was like, this shit is not going to be cool. In 5 years from now,
having two vocalists.
Yeah, now I think there are a few bands who do it well. Like Sixth has two vocalists. It's great. But back then I was like, I want to be able to.
There's only so much space in the van.
There's only so much space, dude. So I was trying to be able to do all the voices, and it made me start paying attention to what every single person was doing, and I wanted to do what they did. I liked The Ghost Inside a lot, especially the album Returners. I fucking tried to copy that stuff all the time.
I think we have a little clip of it.
There we go. I loved Despised Icon. I was trying to copy that shit. I loved Bleeding Through. I was trying to copy that. Yeah, there was this one song called Disconnect Tie by Norma Jean. I was trying to copy that. So that's always been a thing for me.
Pinned down to the song fucking title.
I mean, that specific song by Norma Jean, I think it made it determined, I don't know if determined is the word, but it like developed the type of music I like a lot.
Damn.
I love that song. But dude, that's been my thing always. I just want to copy what other singers and other screamers are doing, or not copy it. Okay. That's not been my thing that I want to copy people, but it's been my thing that like I look at what I like that those vocalists are doing and I try to emulate that and then bring it into my own style.
That's exactly what I would say about myself. And I would even be worse than you. I would say all I've ever tried to do is copy the people that I think are cool. That's it. Straight up.
Yeah, but it's
people
true.
go, oh, you're so original. You got your own sound and stuff. It's like, I guess. I mean, you might think that, but to me, I'm just literally trying to copy somebody else, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
So this is what came out.
So I'm doing it crappily.
You know that exactly. That's how like a bunch of songs came out, like from Animosity and like Flesh Rot days. It's like I was literally just like trying to figure out some other band's riff, and I just couldn't do it because I like I have a terrible sense of figuring out other people's shit. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just write my own riff. That's
we still
like
kind
literally
of do
how
that.
it happened.
We still kind of do that with Entheos. And even this morning, I was learning like what I do with guitar specifically is that I go and learn other people's tabs, and then I just fuck around with what they're playing a little bit and like alter it a bunch, and then that becomes something that I write.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Cheney, you're coming up, dude. The solo album.
Solo album, baby.
Cheney Crabb solo album.
But I mean, yeah. And isn't that like what can be said for personalities? Like you have to wonder, am I this person, or am I just a culmination of all of the influences that I have?
Yeah. Agreed.
Because that is all I can remember doing my entire life is like being into a vocalist and saying, I kind of want to sound like that. And then bringing it into my own style.
Yeah, that's me too. Or I don't even know if I don't even think I'm smart enough to have that much of like a foresight.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm just going to copy this guy because I love him so much. That was like Tim Alexander. Or,
yeah. That's
Primus.
why your snare sounds like it does to this day.
Dude, keeping the crack going. Like literally heard Primus, heard that crack snare just all super cranked.
Yeah.
It's like I'm doing that for the rest of my life.
I have to say, we just heard a new mix of a song we're about to put out, and
you want me to play a little bit? Can I play a little bit?
No.
Why don't I play a little bit?
Sure, play a little bit.
Play a little bit.
So
Nobody's listening.
yeah, no one's listening to this shit. It doesn't matter. Just play a tiny bit. Don't play the whole song.
All right, let me see if I can pull this up here.
We were listening to this mix of a song that we're about to put out, and like that snare, man.
Oh man.
Because Zach sent us a first mix where the snare was not cracking like that.
No, it didn't
and
have
I was
dat crack.
I wasn't
was
feeling
like,
it
dude,
as much.
Zach, we need dat crack.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Need that crack. So what's the next question?
So the next question is,
So
how has making the podcast affected your personal relationship with each other? Ooh.
Oh.
I would say it's not affected it.
I was going to say that too because, see, when Naveen and I have toured together for so long and we live together, we hang out together all the time. I know that, we're a couple, so it might seem like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to me, honestly, not much of a difference. We do the podcast all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not being casted.
It's true. We talk about the same
or
shit
sometimes
all
it'll be
the
like,
time.
fuck, that would have been a really good podcast.
Honestly, I think that we talk about way cooler stuff when like not on the podcast. We've probably had a million better podcasts.
Yeah. So
like it happens a lot right after we've had coffee. If we're at our kitchen table
or driving
around.
And we're like, fuck, like that would have been such a good podcast.
Yeah. So I guess that's how it's changed our relationship is that now we say, fuck, that would have been a good podcast.
Exactly.
But other than that, I mean, man, once we I don't even know that starting a band together was made our personal relationship that much different because we had already talked about music with each other.
Yeah.
But what we did have to learn to do when we started a band with each other was like work with each other on a business level. Which
And me being a total dick when we're recording vocals.
yeah,
So
us
there's
recording vocals has gotten a lot better over time, but I think it's from both of us. I think
It's been bad, dude. I used to be a jerk. I'd be like, I don't know. I don't even know why. Just being such a jerk.
I think that you used to be a jerk when you would record anyone though.
Yeah, that's true.
You've eased up a lot over time because people have been like, dude, you're being like kind of a jerk while you're recording.
That's true. I'm not the best guy to record with.
That's why.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I think you can be. You can definitely be good to record with. But so really nothing has changed with the podcast because this is how we talk all the time. But with a band, we had to learn. Now I think we've gotten really good at it. And we're almost 6 years into our band. I think that we've become really good at learning how to work with each other, how to track with each other, what each other's nuances are on a musical level, because that's a lot different than a personal relationship, is being in a work relationship. But the band has, I don't know, because we toured together before the band was together. Like I did merch for Animals on a tour, and I'd been on tour with you for a week.
True. Yeah.
And I had toured on my own. So like we both knew how to tour. But
yeah, and we've also, like, when you moved out to LA, it's like, I don't know, we've had just a different type of relationship.
We really have.
We've actually been around each other for like a lot of the time, where I guess some other people might have, if two people are working full time, they're not really around each other that much.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, we've been around each other like full time.
Or if you were on tour, or if one of us was on tour all the time, we wouldn't be around each other as much. You know, that's a weird thing. That should be a question, honestly, is like, how do you deal with not being on tour with each other? Because that's fucking hard.
Yeah.
That is hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like learning to work with each other because, you know, we deal with each other on a personal basis and we make business decisions together. Like we make decisions about who we should work with and things like that. So it's just been.
And what to do with the number one podcast.
And what to do with the number one fucking metal podcast in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know.
Up here, you know.
And financial things. I don't know. One thing that has worked for us in our relationship is that we're both kind of on the same page about a lot of stuff.
That's true.
Before we started a band together, we like the same type of music. Like some stuff that each of us likes, the other person doesn't really like as much, but we can both deal with what the other person listens to.
There's enough in common.
We have a lot in common, so it's easier for us to get along and do that type of stuff.
Totally.
The podcast, I don't know. This is a fucking walk in the park.
It's a walk. It's just chilling, dude.
Yeah.
It's chilling.
The hardest thing about the podcast and our personal relationship is doing it every week.
Yeah, sometimes we're like, oh God, we have to do the podcast.
The hardest thing about the personal relationship is not watching Netflix. Damn,
that's right. We got motherfucking new material, dude. That's right. Oh shit. Now it's not just talking about it, Cheney. We really actually are showing people what's up.
Damn. All right. Let's cut it out. We're going to show the whole song. Damn.
Oh,
right.
Dude, that's right. That's right. Because you know what? I get tired of doing the podcast every fucking week, and we're always talking about how we're going to do this and that. There it is. That's what we're working with, people.
Yeah,
okay?
so we are working on
this shit. There is fucking shit going on.
And we're working on an album as well. Yeah. We're tracking our album
That's
soon.
like the appetizer.
Yeah.
We got like fucking a half, I don't know, what is it, hour of fucking music going on here?
Yeah,
dude?
we have a lot of shit.
So, you know, trust me, dude. I had to play that just for the proof.
Dude, cross that off on the bingo. It's on the bingo.
Oh, that we're working on stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go find the
bingo.
bingo.
All right, so we're going to ask the other questions by Gabriel. I'm getting hungry. I got to be honest.
Me too.
Is that how we end every podcast? So Gabriel asked, I just finally finished The Sopranos for the first time. How do you feel about the series ending, and what do you think happened? Was Tony killed or still alive?
Don't care. I don't care. I don't care about fucking Tony.
All that I care about is that Joey Diaz is in the new Saints of New Jersey or whatever the fuck. That's what it's called. It's
actually,
the
I don't know.
prequel to
I guess
Sopranos.
I do care. It was a good show.
I think the whole family was killed. Boom.
Damn.
And I think fuck them after they killed, spoiler alert, after they killed Adriana, fuck them.
I know. It was kind of brutal to deal with
After that, man, the whole last season, I was just like, this is like when Joffrey was off raping everyone in Game of Thrones and like killing them, you know? Yeah. I just couldn't. There was a point in Game of Thrones where I was like, dude,
just couldn't deal.
I get it, but like, do we need to like fuck everyone up and like kill them while they're having sex?
Yeah, seriously.
Hello, party's here.
They're all right. What famous person / musician have you met that made you feel starstruck? Naveen.
Morgan Agron.
Anthony Green.
Yeah, see, when I went on tour with Circa Survive with Animals, and I'd never even heard of Circa Survive, you know. So
yeah.
I was like, I checked it out.
That was 10 years ago, Naveen.
Yeah, whoa. I checked it out like before the. I remember being like, okay, Animals is going. This is what an aloof person I am. It was like, oh, Animals is going on tour with this band, Circa Survive. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to check that out. And I remember I have a distinct memory of checking out Circa Survive and being like, wow, we're going on tour with like a rock band. That's kind of weird. And that was it.
And
that was literally it. And I remember Tosin being like, oh, you met the drummer. And I totally
Steve
remember.
Clifford.
I totally remember meeting Steve in Austin.
But for me personally,
also, what episode is Steve's episode?
For me personally, Circa has been one of my favorite bands since I was probably 16 years old.
Damn.
So you were on the Blue Sky Noise tour.
Eve.
I don't know. Circa is one of those bands for me that like every album is my favorite.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking so good.
Yeah, they put out amazing material.
Amazing.
And actually, Naveen and I haven't stopped talking. We haven't gone a day without talking to each other since one of the days that you were on that Circa Survive tour, which was exactly 10 years ago.
Today?
Like a week ago.
Because it was through November.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm the worst, like, guy. Like internet guy.
Producer.
Yeah. What episode number is
I
fucking
saw you
Steve,
guys,
dude? Shit, man.
I saw you guys on the Blue Sky Noise tour. It was the second time I had seen Animals as Leaders. You were on the Blue Sky Noise tour, and you were opening the show. And I was like, it was in Kansas City. My friend Lucas, who we talked about on the last episode, and Eddie and I drove down and caught the show.
I remember that.
That night was the first night I met Anthony Green.
Yeah,
but the second time I met him, I was really starstruck.
On the bus.
I think that you and I were like doing a really flirtatious thing where we were trying to see or I was doing like a flirtatious thing because I thought this was flirtatious where I was trying to drink as much Jameson as you would drink.
Yeah, but I was on tour. You didn't know about touring people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was before Shane and I were together. This is from the vault here.
This is how we fell in love because I tried to keep up with him.
This is when I was courting Cheney.
I remember you got us into the show on the guest list, and I was like, oh my God, he's so cool.
Yeah, no, that was great.
So
I remember
hot.
that. Actually, it had been, I met you the February before that.
Yeah.
So that was like 10 months that we hadn't seen each other.
Right.
So
and I had
flying,
I was trying to
fireworks.
push my way to the front during Animals set. And like I had to bash someone with my hand out of the way, like punch him a little bit.
That's right.
And I was like, that's my man. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to see my man play the drums.
Yeah, that's tight, dude. Thank you. I wish we could go. I honestly, man, it's taken me a while, but I'm to the point now where I want to go play a show.
I was just gonna say that just this week
Let
I
me
started
play a
getting
fucking show, dude.
just this week I
That'd be
started reminiscing
so
over like
sick.
being in a venue. I haven't smelled the fucking smell of a venue in 10 months.
Or you know what else I missed, dude? Flying J.
Damn.
Steve is episode 31, by the way.
Steve Clifford, Circus
Yeah.
Survive. One of the best bands on the planet.
Yeah. So
IMO.
and he was on the best podcast on the planet too.
He was on the best #1 podcast for underground musicians on the planet.
That's right.
right.
Why aren't we number one though? I mean, we're number one as far as I'm concerned. You're concerned.
My mom,
your mom.
your mom.
So that's 4 people, straight up.
My mom, your mom. I'm
So-
sure that someone has messaged us and said that we're #1 in their heart.
And that makes sense.
So-
I mean, sometimes you just want to chill and listen to a podcast about,
About nothing with
About
a
whatever.
guy who is very slow at searching things on the internet.
That's true.
If we weren't shooting this podcast with our phones, I would search on my phone and I'd find the answer probably 30 times
Yeah,
faster.
because
than
I'm on the
Naveen.
spot, dude. It's hard to do it on the spot. Like,
Johnny on the spot. Naveen,
Johnny on
not
the
to put
spot.
you on the spot again, but being from Santa Cruz, were you involved with the 831 scene?
this is a
Such
good
as bands
question, dude.
like
I this
Mariah. Is it called Mariah?
question. Moria.
Oh, damn. I guess he was involved.
Oh!
I guess he was.
You better
Arsonist,
fucking
get all
believe
the girls. Shout out Garen,
it. Yeah.
Sean, Jason. Shows at the 418, or were you more involved with SF Bay Area? And did you take buses to get up there when you were younger? What did
Dude,
you do,
that's
Naveen?
hilarious.
Tell us all about your
that's
youth.
I like that a lot. So I don't know how involved I was with the scene here, but
What does that mean? You didn't go to shows?
I went to shows, of
One
course.
time when I was a kid, I got called out for not going to as many shows as I should be.
That's
going
what
to.
I'm talking about, dude. Let's bring that back.
That's what
You know
I'm
what I
talking
mean?
about.
Bring
too.
that back,
If
dude.
you don't go to 2 local
It's like, what
shows
are you
a
doing
week,
here?
you're a fucking
Yeah.
poser.
What the fuck? You're here just for the big shows? No, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. No, here's the thing. I did not just go to the big shows. I never have been someone who did that. I would go to the shows, but a lot of the time I was playing them
Yeah.
if I was there.
No, dude, I remember being.
I got called out for not going to more shows that I wasn't playing when I was 18, and then I started going to shows. I was like, fuck this. I'm not a poser.
I remember fucking me and my boy Nick.
Here's the thing. I was on so many local shows that I was going to like 2 shows a week if I was playing. And then I got called out for playing too many shows in the local scene too close together. And then I stopped playing. That's how you learn. That's how you learned back in my day.
Damn.
Someone would call your ass out for playing 2 local shows. But that's how I met Naveen, is that my band opened a Despised Icon show 2 days before an Animals as Leaders show. Well, it was a
you're
Veil of
damn
Maya.
straight,
It was a
dude.
Veil of Maya show.
You're damn straight.
That's what's up, man. Though back in my day, you would get called out in the local scene.
Yeah.
Did you ever get called out, Naveen?
No. You better believe I
What
did.
the fuck?
Well, dude, me and my boy, episode 25, Nick.
Yeah.
I fucking distinctly remember he was
You never got called out.
You're not gonna call me out, dude.
Okay.
Right, dude.
I got
That's not
called
gonna
out
happen.
2 times.
Right, dude.
Fuck that, Naveen.
For what?
I'm calling you out right now. I don't
For
think.
being sick? I used to go to every fucking show, dude. It's
Dude,
just Santa
I went
Cruz.
to so many shows, but I got
Called out. Yeah, not core enough. No one,
happened
no
to me
one
twice.
tested me, dude. No.
It happened to me
I was
twice.
also like, you know what's weird is the thing is, I was actually the youngest person going to shows for most of my
How old were you?
career. Let's see, probably from like 14.
I was 13 when I was going to shows, and someone called me out
Damn.
and didn't
That's
call
crazy.
you out.
Yeah,
That's
no.
bullshit.
That's because I showed up. I wasn't at home like a poser.
No,
like you
here's
were.
what happened. I showed up all the time when I was like 13, 14, 15, 16.
I guess Des
Then I
Moines
got-
had a more
then I got a
strict
boyfriend.
scene, dude. Oh.
Then I got a
shit.
boyfriend. Yeah, and
Yeah, I didn't do that.
dude, the scene was strict. The Des
Des
Moines scene
Moines
was
had
strict.
a more strict scene
They
than
would
Santa
call
Cruz.
you the
But
fuck
to be
out.
fair, I would go to every fucking show. Like, I was
Dude,
there.
I don't think you went
Period.
to every show.
But I remember, dude, I'm saying me and my boy Nick, episode 25.
Gautier
Nick Gautier, my man.
of Astral Butcher.
That's right. I got
Call
this-
him out. Call him as it
I got the
is.
sticker right here. We're working together tomorrow. It's my man.
Damn. You're going to see him tomorrow?
I remember us being kids.
Wait, you're going to see him tomorrow?
Yeah.
Give him a high five.
I will. I remember us being kids and him being like, dude, you know, I just can't get down with $8 shows. Like
Dude.
$8 was like, it was like insanity.
That is
it was,
a national touring band.
Yeah, it was like-
$8. $5 is the show.
I remember him being like, dude, I just can't go to $8 shows straight up. It's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I remember me and him totally just related because we didn't have a fucking job or whatever. You know, we're getting like
you're like,
$10
mom,
here and there
can I have
from my
$10
mom." Yeah.
so that I can spend $5 on the show and $2 on pizza? And,
Exactly.
And like the other 3 is spending money, bubblegum or whatever.
Well, no, we fucking probably took the bus over there.
Fun
You know,
dip.
I don't even know how we got to the show. Like
Fun
the
dip.
The last
How-
bus was at 11:30.
Here's what I've been
so
wondering: how can parents afford that?
I don't
I'm
know.
not trying to give a kid $10,
No.
dude. It's
Oh,
like
10.
it's
I'll
like
give him a tenner.
yeah, but how many times a week are you asking me for $10?
$300 a month. If you
Yeah.
give him 10 every day.
Jesus, not budget friendly.
No.
Giving a teenager
Who
$20
was
to
I
$30
I was talking
a
to
week.
somebody at work and they were like, "Oh, there's no budget when you have a kid. It's just all your money goes to the kid. That's it."
Well,
And I was
I
like,
also I would want to spoil. Like I've noticed with this cat, I really like spoiling the cat. I just bought the cat a mat. I'm looking for a cat bed and a cat tree.
I'm sure she loves that. Okay, anyway, let's get back to
Cat-
the real question. It
catnip.
was about me in growing up in Santa Cruz.
Which
So-
it seems like you didn't, because I always
did.
ask
No,
you
hold on a
where all
second.
kinds of things are in Santa Cruz, and you never know where they're
I
at.
know where everything is in Santa
No, you
Cruz.
don't.
I know Santa Cruz like the back of my hand. I've been to every street here, straight up.
Dude, no, you haven't.
I have so been to every street.
I've taken you to a few things in Santa Cruz.
Dude, I remember the other day when you were like, "Oh, well, where are we now?" And I was like, "That's where my friend." I named his full name, and I said, "Oh, that's where my friend." I
And
won't name
was
his
like-
name.
I was like, I do not fucking believe you.
And I
you
texted
You
Chase.
said, I'm going to text Chase and see where this guy lives.
Yeah, and I was like, I texted Chase, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's on whatever avenue that was," and I was
Yeah.
like, "There you go. I know everywhere in this fucking town."
I thought you were just making it up.
No, I know. You know what we should do is tours of Santa Cruz. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Dude, we have a whole thing going. It's like, if you
No, I'm
ever,
gonna launch that
if you
right
ever
now.
want to come here and stay, KoperCrabb Airbnb.
Okay, so you
we'll
stay
cook you
here.
breakfast
You stay
and
hold on,
lunch.
We're
We'll
gonna
cook you breakfast
hold
and
on a
lunch and dinner.
Okay, let's launch the service right now. Here's what it is.
Launch.
We're
Launch
launching
it.
the service right
It's
now.
launched.
You come to Santa Cruz, okay? You stay in Cocobola, however many nights you want.
Oh, fuck.
You
Really?
Stay in Cocobola.
Damn. I'm going.
It's $100 a night.
Okay, we're charging people.
It's $100 a night. Of course, it's not
Okay.
free.
Okay.
It's $100 a night.
If you pay $100 a night, you can also use our bathroom.
No, yeah, you can stay in Cocobola, but you get unlimited access to the house.
Okay.
You stay in Coco.
To the house? To the whole house? No, I'm just thinking we're going to put arrows down the hallway and they just only walk into the bathroom.
I'm talking about.
If you let Shiva outside, you're kicked out.
Okay, so hold on a second. It's $100 a night. The pricing
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
right.
thinking of real quick off the top of my head. $100 a night. You fly to Santa Cruz. You stay in Shani. We should actually do this, dude. Seriously, this is a fucking great idea. $100 a night. You stay in Cocobolo. You get to come in the house during the day, or if you have to use the bathroom at night, no problem. And we're gonna chill. We're gonna go in the studio. You can play my drums, do whatever you want. Then we're gonna take you to Zachary's. It's a breakfast spot here. It's the best one. And we're gonna take you around to the Cliffs, which is our favorite spot to go. I'm gonna probably find a picture of the Cliffs here real quick. But we're gonna go to the Cliffs. It's gonna be great. We're going to chill, listen to records, and you get all that for $100 a day. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. That's what I think. It's super weird not having like a sidekick to kind of expand on what I'm saying.
Why am I the sidekick? You were just trying to say before the podcast.
Okay,
that
so
you
Jenny-
were the host and I'm the sidekick.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're the sidekick. Well, I'm not the sidekick.
Will you grab me the pen?
This podcast is just going to go forever because we're drinking hard kombucha. Also, hard kombucha, now my favorite drink, straight.
Dude.
Like, end of story. Shani, agree?
Dude,
Agree?
it tastes like, you know what it tastes like?
Amazing.
Kombucha.
The best.
Kombucha mixed with IPA.
It's so good.
It's
I
so
love it
fucking
much.
good. It's making me happy.
It's making me happy.
All right, so I saw you
Hold on a
just.
second.
Did you give away our address as well?
No, I didn't. But they're gonna get it because look, this is a real service, and somebody out there, like, I'm not joking. I know you think I'm joking, but I'm not. I want people. What?
Put the camera on you.
I want people to actually take me up on this offer. It's $100 a night. You get to stay in Coco Bolo. We'll cook you food.
Oh my god.
You can hang with us, no problem.
Honestly, it's a value. It's valued at way more than $100.
Oh, it's priced. I mean, this is priced at like $9.95.
We have a nice backyard.
So yeah, you can chill.
You can hang out with Shiva, our cat.
Yeah, we also live 1 mile away from a beach with cliffs. You know,
We do.
beautiful stuff going on.
We'll go on a walk with you, and we'll talk the whole time.
We will talk your ear off. I think someone's gonna do it.
We can,
I think
we
someone's
can
gonna
watch
do
a
it.
movie together too. We can watch
I think
Netflix.
someone's gonna do it. Channing, what do you think? You think someone's gonna do it?
Shiva.
You think someone's gonna do it? Let's just do the longest podcast we've ever
There's
done.
something special about our cat, which
I
is
know.
that
Look at
she
this
likes to
poor
be
baby.
held.
This poor baby. I just feel so
She
bad
likes to
about
be
it.
held way more than any cat I've ever met.
I know. I just feel so sorry for her.
Dude, I do too. I feel so sorry for her, to the point that we had your mom come over and watch her. The first night, honestly, okay, this is going to sound really scary. Maybe I should stop paying attention to true murder things, but I was like, she was so drugged out, and I was like, I can't believe that people will drug out animals like this and then slice them open.
Yeah, I know. I'm not down with that. I've been recently like.
Have you ever seen that Netflix documentary, Don't Mess with Cats? Don't fuck with cats.
We watched it. I was there.
I don't think you were there.
No, I was.
I don't think
totally
you saw
there.
the first episode though, which is in the first episode. Spoiler alert: he puts some cats in a bag, and he suffocates them, and it's like the worst thing that I've ever seen on television.
Yeah, I'm not down with that. See, I'm more. Hold on a second. We got the Starstruck thing going on right here. Look at this. Hold on, I'm going to show this up.
Who is it?
Boom! Naveen Copperweiss and Morgan Agron. That's right.
Dude, is that was that at NAMM? Isn't it kind of crazy that NAMM is being canceled this year? I was just thinking about that.
Look at me. I look all puffy. You can't see me, Cheney, but it was Naveen.
There's a picture. Okay, there's a picture
Puffy
of
Naveen.
me and you and Alex Rudinger and Frederick Thorndahl.
I'm going to go get it right now.
Please don't.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
go
want
get
any.
it. I'm going to go get it. Well, I was trying to find a cliff
I was not
picture
looking
for
my
these.
best in that.
Okay,
I
hold
had
on.
not
Hold on.
experienced the glow up yet.
I want
Okay.
to show one of our. Look at
That's
this.
how long
right
Naveen
here.
and I have been together.
Hold on. This is
that we
$100
glue up.
$100 a night.
At our house?
Yeah, and look, you can go to this beach right here.
Don't you think we're worth like 150?
I'm showing a picture of Sunny Cove. $100.
Babe, you're
$100.
giving away our address.
$100. Sunny Cove. We don't live near Sunny Cove.
Which one's Sunny Cove? Oh, the one that we took Maggie to.
Yeah, this is a picture of you and Maggie at Sunny Cove. We're going to keep this podcast. It's going to be about 5 hours long. I don't even care. Fuck it.
I don't even think it's very long.
We're 1.5. 1.5? We're just going through my Instagram at this point.
No, we're just looking at Naveen's Instagram. Okay, we have another. So Naveen,
Hold on,
actually,
hold on.
I don't think you've ever. I don't
wanna
think
get
you've
back
ever
to this,
talked
yeah.
about being involved in the Santa Cruz scene.
No, I want to get back to this question here.
So
I wanna get back to this
wasn't
question.
like someone that we know in Maria?
Maria. Oh, Moria?
Moria wasn't someone that we know in that band.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know if you know them.
Oh, fuck.
But anyway, yeah, that was
Derek.
that was
Was Derek Ridquist not
Yeah,
in that
so-
band?
that's what I'm saying. You can't really mention Derek Ridquist, Chase Frazier, my
Derek
boy.
Ridquist is Demon Carcass from
Yeah.
The Faceless
He was in a band called The Taste of Blood.
with Chase Frazier.
That's right. And that was a Santa Cruz band for sure. Chase put him on the map, dude. Chase put him on the map.
Chase put him on the map. Yeah. Chase is a badass.
That's how he got.
And
That's
then-
kind of how he met Keen and everybody.
Is that how
Yeah.
you met Chase? Wait, no, you
No.
knew Chase way before that.
I've
sorry.
known Chase since I was 12.
So you and Chase are like, except for you and like the Hare Krishna people, like you and Chase are the ones who go back the farthest.
Aside from the Hare Krishnas, he's my longest known friend. He's my longest known friend that I met on my own because the Hare Krishna people I'd met through my parents.
Right.
So
And I mean, Chase still
Just
comes
kinda
over to
born
our
into that.
house like every week.
Yeah.
And he comes over
Chase is my oldest.
he comes over to family birthdays and holidays and shit. So
So
Chase
hold on a
is the
second.
boy.
418. Yes, I played there. That's right. It was an old venue here in Santa Cruz.
really, where was it at?
It was the chocolate place?
Yeah. Mackenzie's?
No. We went there one time, like on a fun.
Oh,
little
downtown.
date.
Downtown, yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab the baby.
And so Shara and Jared live. What was the name of that venue? That was like the Decrepit House, right?
Yeah.
Dude, there's actually a lot of death metal history in Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz should be a little more on the map for this shit because Decrepit Birth is from here.
Yep.
Inanimate Existence. Animosity is like kind of from here. Animosity
I mean,
is
dude,
from
we
the
were
Bay.
kind of from here. We had me, my brother, Chase.
Didn't Leo go to college here?
Leo went to college here,
So
Santa Cruz.
UCSC.
UCSC.
Entheos is from here. Inanimate Existence. Continuum. Son of Aurelius.
That's right.
Fuck. Is parasitic ejaculation from here?
I don't know. I don't know. Never heard that, man.
I don't know. That's a rough name to get through.
Look at this
So-
poor animal.
Wait,
What we're
parasitic
doing-
ejaculation I don't
Look
think
at
is
this.
from here. I don't
It's
know.
torture that we're putting her through.
But there are a lot of fucking death metal bands from here, man. A lot. Death
know.
metal runs. And if you go out in public, like, you're going to see someone in a death metal shirt
It's kind
in
of
Santa
crazy,
Cruz.
dude. Like, there's a lot of
Yesterday
death
we were
metal
at
here.
Target. There was a guy in a fucking Iron Reagan shirt. And
They're a thrash crossover band.
dude, we went on tour with them though, so.
Yeah. So yeah, I did do 418.
And also Arsonists. Garen is our boy. We're homies with a lot of people from Arsonists. We've seen them live here.
Also before 418. See, this guy must be young because he doesn't mention the Vets Hall basement
Gabriel, are you from Santa Cruz? Like,
No,
do
he
you
must be
do you
real
want to
young
hang out?
because he doesn't remember the Vets Hall basement. He doesn't remember the Teen Center.
Vets Hall just reopened.
You don't even know about the Teen Center.
Dude, I played my first show ever in a teen center.
Dude, the Teen Center.
in Newton, Iowa.
The Teen Center was Saturn Cafe?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was right next door to that.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? They had
Yeah.
fucking shows right there.
Hell yeah, it is.
And
That's
they
actually
had-
my dream. I wish that you and I could open like a show spot.
Fuck, we should do that.
I think we should do that.
I always wanted to do it in Knight's Corner.
Knight's Corner would be a great place. Okay, so Jesse,
You know what I'm saying?
my friend Jesse, who's disabled, he's got his own podcast. He showed me a video of it of a show at a venue. Do you remember the place that I was telling you?
Which?
It was like a venue that was over by Burger, maybe. I can't remember
Burger
the name
on the
of
left
it.
side or? Oh, yeah. You're talking about. I haven't been there, but I know what you're talking about.
What's the name of the venue?
Middle East.
Middle
Yeah,
East.
Middle East.
It
High on
seems
Fire
like
played
there
there.
used to be a ton of smaller venues in Santa Cruz, and I would love to like own a venue that doubled as some kind of cafe or something. That's
Well,
actually
what would
that's a
be-
dream of mine.
What would be awesome is if like you didn't really need the money
Yeah.
and it was just like, yeah, this is just some cool thing.
No, I would love to do that. Yeah, when I'm like 50. If I have like some $100,000 laying around and I'm like, what could I do? Because these people, so we used to live across the street from this gas station called, well, it wasn't gas. Okay. It was a convenience store
Knight's Corner.
called Knight's Corner. And these ladies had basically invested like a bunch of money. I think they got an inheritance and they invested a bunch of money
That
into
must
Knight's
be
Corner.
what happened. That must be.
And then
what
Naveen and I, literally, we lived across the street. So we tried to walk into Knight's Corner and like do some shopping. And when you walked into the shelves were like
It was
half
not good.
filled.
It was not good.
It was just so fucked up, and it was like this. It was one of the saddest things I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
well, one day we went in there and they were straight up crying.
They were crying.
So we knew
Yeah.
something bad was going
We
on.
knew it was bad.
But now it's like
Now it's a wine
a
spot.
wine spot. I was always thinking that'd be a sick venue because it's like on the corner, and there's not really. They're kind of his neighbors, but not really.
Not really. You know,
And actually, when it was so after Knight's Corner like went under, I called because it had like a realtor sign on it. I actually called the realtor, and I was like, "Hey, can I make a video in your building? I want to make like a drum video."
really?
Yeah, and they were like, "I think they were gonna let me do it,
Yeah.
but I just never followed up with it."
Whoa.
But yeah, Gabriel. So you hold on. There's some good stuff here that we can get to.
Yeah.
Bands like Moria, Arsonists.
So we know people in Arsonists,
Yeah.
and we know people in a lot of
then-
bands from around
yeah.
here.
So I was involved. I don't know. I'm more of like a.
Yeah, I'm trying to involve myself in this question, but I know a lot of people I know a lot of people who are in bands from around here now, but I like the. I don't know where I'm going
I'm not
with
really
this.
like. I'm not really the type of guy who's like the exponent of the scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not like-
gonna be like.
dude, like
Yeah,
we're going to my
Naveed,
house
he's the
after the
sickest.
party.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
I was there for a lot of stuff, but
There's a video of you and your brother. What's the video?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That video that you and Nick Gautier and your brother, it was a hardcore
Oh,
band from the
shit,
Vets Hall
dude.
basement.
Yeah.
Speaking of videos where you were young and spinning around in, Gabriel
We're
has
gonna
another
need. We're
question.
gonna need. Hold on a second. I'm not done with this question. We're gonna need to like make a clip of that and put it on KoperCrabb.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, there's
We're
a
not
video
going
of
to,
me
but we should.
and my brother and Nick Gautier, episode 25, and we're so young.
We should probably get your brother
What band
on an
is
episode.
it? It's like Adamantium or some.
It was Adamantium.
Was it?
Yeah.
Adamantium is fucking sick.
They
If
were
you guys
sick.
like metallic hardcore from the early 90s or late 90s, I guess.
Well, then you should listen to Martyr AD. But
Martyr- it's
but
just like
second
Martyr.
of all, you should listen to Adamantium. Okay, if you want to talk about one of my favorite bands, Martyr AD to this day,
Yeah.
listen to On Earth as It Is in Hell. I mean,
Speaking
come
of
on.
an old school dude who's in that video, it's Manuel.
Oh.
Yeah.
He had on like super big bell bottoms, right?
Dude, baggy
Yeah.
jeans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit.
I learned about a lot of your friends who are in the scene through that.
Yeah, we should have Manuel on here one day.
Adamantium. Yeah, so you were like kind of in the scene, I think. But
I
here's
was totally in
here's the
scene.
thing
I mean,
about you.
But I was so young. I'm telling you, dude. It was like
Here's the thing about
I
you.
was the youngest. Like you wouldn't have ever thought I was cool because I was like 12.
Well, Sean was younger than you.
Okay, I was like 14. Sean was literally 12.
Yeah.
So it's like
Did people know you guys were brothers?
no. They just thought we were friends, like best friends, because we don't really look alike.
Like best friends.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Sean.
You don't look alike. Well, you look like your mom and Sean looks exactly like your dad.
Oh.
Yeah, she was doing that shit to me last week, so and you were laughing at me.
Hold on a second, dude. Oh my god, I'm looking through my Instagram right now. Look at what I just came across.
What?
Snape's Pizza, dude. Get some.
What?
Bill Oberender, dude.
What's up with him?
I'm just looking at Snape's Pizza.
You know, we should get Bill Oberender on an episode.
Oh my god, look at this.
I just
cat.
thought about
She's-
hitting him up.
She's taking out her hatred.
Dude,
on
I'm
me.
going to get Billy on an episode like next Sunday. What do you think?
Hold on, look at this cat. She's freaking out.
Dude, she was climbing up my back last week.
I feel so bad. Oh my god, she's got her arm through her fucking cone.
This keeps happening to us. See, this is why I'm saying that it feels like the closest to being parents. She was having like pain the first couple of days and we had to wake up with her and wake up early, and I don't think it feels like being parents. I feel like it's the closest that we could possibly get.
I just feel so bad for her.
But
dude.
she
Like,
also
just
really likes
wants
to be
have
cuddled. Like she
fun.
wants us to hold her.
Yeah, like I think if she wasn't in the state she's in now, she wouldn't be right here
Yeah.
right now. She'd be doing something else.
So
Hold on a second.
I know that a lot
Not
of
done.
people hate Thanksgiving and everything, but I am actually looking forward. This is coming out on Wednesday, so I am actually looking forward to tomorrow. This year, more than ever, I feel we've been home the whole year. I feel like maybe I'm nesting because we've been home the whole year. You know what I mean? You know how people nest when they're pregnant? I'm not pregnant, but I feel like I might be like nesting and like because I have this cat and
cat maybe.
Are you feeling more excited for the holidays than normal?
No, but normal.
All right.
Normal excited.
All right. I'm just feeling like a little excited for the holidays.
I did go
But I like spending time with family.
I agree.
It's fun, you know.
We're gonna cook up these mushrooms.
As you go through life, who is it that you hang out with the most? It's your family.
Dude, I love my family. Okay, so listen, Cheney.
Yeah.
So I was involved, I guess, in the 831 scene. And then the thing that people don't realize is my dad lived in Berkeley. And
Most people don't know where Berkeley is. You know where our number one listener count is?
Where?
Italy.
Really?
They have no fucking idea what Berkeley is.
Why? Because they like think you're Italian?
I think it's because they see me and they're like, she's Italian. They're like, she's got Sicilian blood in her. Which I do. If they saw me and said that, they'd be right. But I mean,
poor baby.
That's only by blood. That's the only way.
So, let's see. Okay, my dad lived in Berkeley.
Maybe it's because they saw your big nose and they think you're Italian.
Yeah.
He's Polish, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, Cheney, listen to me. God damn it. My dad lived in Berkeley.
Where is that?
And that's, if you're talking about hardcore local scene type stuff, you're talking about Gilman. Is Gilman it's closed, right?
I don't know.
I think it closed.
I don't know.
Which is like insane.
I've never been.
Like we're talking about a lot of big bands that you love started there. AFI.
Dude, Green Day.
Green
Fucking Day. Okay, there's a video. I think Jerry Guzman took it. Dude, we should get him on the show.
Dude, that would be
I've never
sick.
even met the guy, but I would love to have that guy on the show because he's taken pictures of every fucking show that came through Gilman since like there's a video up on YouTube and I think it's of Green Day in like 93. And it's from Jerry Guzman. They were a small band. They hadn't put out Dookie.
Yeah. I mean, here, let me see if I can find
Let
it.
alone When September Ends.
This is him, by the way. Oh, you can't see the screen.
Dude, when our cat walks, she walks with a bobble with that.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to get a feel for what Gilman was like back in the day, go to Jerry Guzman Photography. This shit is amazing because I remember him from back in the day. It's like
we got to get Jerry Guzman.
He was like
on
the only photographer.
Really?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, like you couldn't take phone pictures. I know it's really hard for everyone to imagine, but you couldn't take pictures of yourself with a phone. Wait.
Yeah, there was no.
Well, you couldn't do that.
No
you couldn't take like selfies weren't really a thing, but you couldn't take pictures of other people with a phone. Jerry Guzman has like some very historical pictures. He's got a ton of pictures of Animosity. Like tons. I think your dad might have some of them. But he's got pictures
he doesn't.
like
My dad has
every
someone else.
band.
I'm actually emailing him right now.
It's pretty crazy. Jerry Guzman?
Yeah.
Are you asking him to be on the show?
I said, yo, man, would you ever be interested in doing our podcast?
Sick.
But anyway, so what happened was, I'm going to tell you guys what happened right now.
Yeah.
My dad, so I was into punk, metal, hardcore, you name it. And in Santa Cruz, right, there's a small scene. This is before what this guy's talking about, though. 418. See, I'm just a little older than this guy. I can tell. Because Vets Hall Basement was where we used to go.
And
right, I'm 35. This guy's probably 25.
You think if he was legit and not a poser, he would be asking?
He's not a poser. It's just he's probably not. He's not 35. He's probably 25.
Yeah.
So,
how old are you, Gabe?
Yeah. He's maybe 30. You know, because 5 years makes a big
I'm
difference.
guessing that he's 29.
Yeah, 29, whatever. Anyway, we went to hardcore metal shows at Vets Hall basement. And what happened was my dad actually ran a vegetarian meat company.
Veggie Deli.
Veggie Deli, dude. Okay. And they made actually their best product, in my opinion, was the mayonnaise. They made fucking this vegan mayonnaise that was like so good. It was ahead of the time. Chipotle. They had Chipotle mayonnaise.
Which I want to throw out there.
And when I was like 12, so that was like fucking 23 years ago.
I want to throw out there that Vegenaise, I love mayonnaise. Okay? Yeah. I fucking love mayonnaise. Vegenaise is better than mayonnaise.
Yeah. Okay. You would have loved.
Is it called Veganaise?
No, gourmet.
Or is it called Vegenaise?
Dude, they had
we don't
gourmet,
know.
Dude.
Dude, gourmet. That's what
dude.
I'm saying.
Gourmet was so good.
How good would our lives be right now if we were getting gourmet for free?
By the case.
We would be talking about it on the podcast all the
Okay,
time,
so
and they would have millions.
Gourmet. They made these sausages. They had. It tastes. It just tastes like any other veggie meat, to be real, at this point. Like, there's a million ones that taste like it. But in particular,
oh, I see.
If you want to taste exactly what it tastes like, you should get the Sweet Earth Benevolent Bacon. That's exactly what it tasted like.
Really?
Yeah. So they did that for a while, and there was actually a guy who worked there. I don't know how he got wind of it, but he was a hardcore guy. And he was in a hardcore band. And dude, he's older than me. He's probably like 10, 15 years older than me.
Yeah.
And
so that's
who did it, straight up.
Do you think that's where like vegan hardcore started?
Totally. 100%.
Okay.
So he was like a vegan hardcore Hare Krishna, like you name it, dude.
Definitely.
Late 90s,
yeah.
bring it.
Yeah.
And
straight edge,
yeah, you name it. And he worked for my dad. And Sean and I used to work there like on the summer or the weekend or whatever, caused mischief. And his name is Don. And
Sean is your brother.
Yeah, and he's in this band called Second Coming, right? And they were like a big hardcore band in the Bay Area. So he started taking us. He took me to my first show at Gilman.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, okay, you want to hear something crazy?
Well, that's all. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'll lay something on you right now. That first show, right? He's like, all right, I'm going to take you guys to this. They played. And dude, Leo from Animosity, his older brother was in a band, a hardcore band. And
Nate Miller was in a band?
Yeah, he was in a hardcore band.
What was it called?
Inner Struggle. And they played the show. And Leo was there. And he was like the only guy in the pit. And Sean and I were like hella making fun of him. Because we were like, dude, this band like brought their little boy to like set it off, you know? And we were like, hella making fun of him, dude.
Which, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, to get into hardcore or metal, everyone has like a big brother figure, right?
Oh, you better believe it, dude. How else the fuck are you gonna get into it?
Yeah. Everyone has like someone who guides them into metal. Like you start to get into metal. For me, for instance, I got into like Slipknot and System of a Down and that type of shit.
Not the same.
But no, but I'm saying, but then I had a person who was like, you need to get into like real metal.
Yeah,
you need to go see a hardcore show. Okay. You like this shit. Let's go through
the door. But after
door.
you do that, you're just like, I'm like privileged. Like, this is how I felt. I was like, I am privileged to the coolest thing on earth. Nobody knows about it except for me and about 15 other people. And like, that's it.
You know what I love to do? I loved metal when I was still in high school. So my parents bought me a nice car. So I had like a Volkswagen Beetle for a couple of months.
That's kind of
funny.
I had a Jetta.
shittier car.
I had the shitty ass 87 Jetta. It was
meant to be. Mine was like 4 years old only.
Find a picture of that real quick.
And it was bright yellow, and I cried when I got it because of the color that it was. But
wow.
But I used to like to blast metal.
Oh, dude.
And drive through school and be like, I'm fucking cool, dude. I love blasting this shit.
Dude,
I was like, fuck you guys. I'm blasting fucking metal. Like Kitty. I think I'll spit.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was blasting.
Thanks, dude. I'll pass.
Yeah. So Naveen, what was the first metal? I I was really into System of a Down. System of a Down got me into heavier stuff, and then I was like into
There it is. That's my first car, y'all.
Jetta.
Yeah.
What about mine?
Gold 1987 Jetta.
Yours was gold?
Yeah, and my mom got it.
Let me see it. Turn
My
it around.
mom got it for $700. Dude.
Your mom is
Because you know, Amy's deals.
All right, show my yellow Volkswagen from 2003.
Fuck! 2003 Volkswagen? Well, which is it? It was a Bug, right? Or a Beetle? Volkswagen Beetle. It just looks like a Beetle to me. Evan's wife has this car.
No, she did. I think she did. I don't
Was
think
yours
she
a
has it
convertible?
anymore. No, hell no.
You know what's funny? Me and my friends thought the Volkswagen Beetle was like hella cool when it came out.
I
We were
thought
like,
it was really
"That's
cool
sick."
too, but I didn't want a yellow one.
Was it in 2003? That would have been when you were 16, right?
Maybe it was like an 01.
Also, we're drinking hard kombucha for anybody
So
listening.
what I'm saying
This
basically
this
is that I got a
killer.
really nice car for my 16th birthday because my parents bought it when I was 15 and I would like go out and clean it and stuff. And I was just waiting for my 16th birthday.
Oh, you got it before you could even drive?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I was just cleaning it out and
That's
like
sick.
it had a 6-disc CD changer in it
Dude, you want to hear what I did
in the
with mine?
trunk.
Dude, you want to hear what I did
But
with
then
mine?
hold on, I totaled it. So I went out to Jordan
Wow.
Creek Plaza, right? Jordan Creek Plaza is a mall in Des Moines. For Christmas, I was getting Christmas presents. My birthday is September 30th, so like a month and a half later. I was out 2 months later. I
Yeah,
was out
okay.
driving it to the mall. And I was driving and I slid and I went through a stop sign, a red light, and I slid over some black ice. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I can't
You're,
remember
like,
if that's true or
making
something
fun
I
of
made up.
yourself, quote unquote.
So I
slid
went-
through black ice.
So I hit the brakes as hard as I could and I veered off to the right side and I went over like a curb that was really tall. I think it was like a foot tall. It was just taller than a normal curb and like kind of squared. And it peeled back the aluminum under the bottom of the car
Jesus.
and I totaled it. And then I drove an Aspire, like a fucking turquoise green Aspire.
Yeah, you're damn
And
straight.
a Cavalier.
Your
Okay, so
parents
my
should have got you the $750
my
fucking
grandpa
Jetta. Like
so
what they
my
got me.
grandpa gave me a like 89 Cavalier that I was driving around that was like a piece of tin basically, and I was driving it down a road near my parents' house at 40 miles an hour and the back windshield flew out behind me and it just shattered along the highway behind me
Wait, why did it fly out?
because my grandpa hadn't glued it in. That's a typical Jerry Crab thing.
That's awesome.
Rest in peace, Gramps.
I know. I should be wearing my Jerry Crab shirt. Wear it all the
That was
time.
just some because I had given him my Aspire and he like cut off his thumb and had to go to the hospital. I don't know. It's a whole drama with my grandpa. He was like a sprint car driver.
Yeah.
My grandfather is a champion sprint car driver.
Legend.
Yeah.
Iowa legend.
My grandfather is an
don't know.
Iowa legend sprint car driver at the Knoxville Raceway. Everyone knows who he is, okay? My best friend's parents, I met my best friend when I was like 15.
Yeah.
His parents were very involved in the racing scene and they were like, your grandpa is Jerry Crab? What? Like he is a fucking celebrity legend in Iowa. But anyway, he's obviously not legendary enough to like glue his rear view window in.
For
His
his
rear
granddaughter.
window in for his granddaughter.
Nah, I'm sure
Who's
he knew what he was
17.
doing. I'm sure he knew what he was doing. But back to the question that we got to about an hour ago. I did go to 418. Animosity played there a couple times.
I've never been there.
That was sort of after my time though, because like I said, I was really
After your
young.
time?
I
Did
was
someone else
super
join
young.
Animosity
No,
after
no,
you?
not Animosity. I'm talking about just like for the scene, if you will. Like
Yeah.
when 418 came out, I might have already like moved to San Francisco.
Because how old were you when you moved to San Francisco?
20. So that's
And-
15 years ago.
And you moved there how many years into being in Animosity?
Okay, so I was 20. So I'd already been in animosity for a few years.
Really?
Yeah.
So where did you guys practice? Like,
Dude,
did
this
the
is
whole
such a
band
great
like
story.
live close
This is
enough
such
together?
a great story.
Did you guys get to practice a lot?
No, this story is like, you cannot make this shit up, dude. This is fucking amazing. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Tell me.
My dad, so he worked for Vegedeli, right? Before that, he worked, I don't even know what they did, but he worked in an office in San Francisco above this lighting company. Oh my God. It gets so crazy. This story is like, the odds of it, if there's any like odds type people out there, like the odds of this, you cannot believe the odds of this. Seriously. So my dad is working, it's called EcoCore, right? It's some like fucking, I don't know what they did. I have no idea. This was before Vegedeli.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He's working in an office. They're doing some sort of like, I don't know, eco-friendly stuff, whatever that is. It's right catty corner to Leo's dad's office.
But you didn't know Leo.
No. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Leo Miller from Animosity.
Yeah, Leo Miller's fucking dad's office is right there. Okay. I'm talking about like, you go up the stairs. Leo's dad's office is here. My dad's office is here.
Had they ever talked to each other?
Yeah, they knew each other.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy.
Wow.
Leo's dad. I won't say his name just because whatever. Anyway, their offices are right next to each other. Okay. Sean and I used to go to this building and play around when we were fucking kids. Okay.
Yeah.
My dad and I are at this park in Berkeley, right? And he's like, oh, a guy who works right next to me is here, and he's got his kid here, right? It's Leo.
Wow.
He's like, oh, you guys should meet, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, how's it going? My name's Naveen. He's like all punked out with like a mohawk, right? So I'm like, this guy sucks. He's a poser. Fuck this guy. Because I was like all into hardcore and stuff, metal at that point. But Leo was too, but he just looked punk. So I was prejudging him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I see him like a year later or whatever at shows, and that's how we met up and did Animosity. But dude, we used to so Leo's mom, after the people that the building that this was in, it was a big top floor bit like a office space, right? The people that my dad worked for, they had a printing company that took up basically the whole top floor. They moved out. And when they moved out, Leo's mom moved in. Okay?
People might not know Leo's mom is like an incredible artist.
Yeah, and she did the art for Flesh Rot.
Yeah.
Or she did art and I used it for
She
Flesh
also
Rot. Let's put it that way.
did, you have a drum kit that was like super,
That's right.
that's done by her.
Okay, so get this, right? She moves in. She has like an art studio up in there, right? Animosity forms. We start practicing there.
Wow.
Okay. So we're practicing in this building that my dad and Leo's dad used to work in. Or Leo's dad still works there. I think he still works there to this day, right? So you're saying, okay, Naveen, not that big of a deal, kind of crazy. Check this out, right? You want to hear the plot twist? So my sister moves to New Jersey, right? Starts dating a guy. They move back to the Bay Area. Motherfucking guy gets a job at the same building.
Wow.
He's an electrician. He gets a job underneath, right? He works for the guy. I mean, you can't make this shit up, dude. It's insane, right? He gets a job working for the company electrician underneath that space. So we're tied to this space by like, I don't know, 3 times.
Yeah. There you have it.
It's
I
fucking crazy,
wonder this
dude.
about a lot of things because I say this so many times.
And that's like the guy's
I've said
springboard.
this so many times in my life. You can't make this shit up.
You can't make it up, dude.
Can a movie
Can't
be
make it
as
up.
good as life?
No,
I don't think
reality
so.
is stranger than fiction.
Reality is so much stranger than fiction. It really is,
And
man.
we don't know what it is.
I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Of course you don't know.
The next
we
day.
don't know. Nobody knows.
All right, Naveen, we have one more question. All right.
All right, so hold on a second. Let me finish this question.
Isn't
We've
that
been on for an
incredible?
hour.
Isn't that incredible?
So anyway, I met up with Leo. I started meeting all the Bay Area people after Dawn, like I said, about an hour ago, took me to shows at Gilman.
Don is that guy's name?
Yeah.
You know what?
And his wife.
I've known this story for so many years, and I've never known that guy's name.
Yeah, his wife or ex-wife, you may have met, Malati.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she was his wife.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Malati is who babysat the twins.
That's right.
I knew Malati.
Right,
I met Malati
Yeah.
like when we started
So
dating.
she moved here from Venezuela.
Yeah.
And like I think right when she got here, she started babies like I don't know, helping out with my brother and sister.
Yeah.
I guess they met through that somehow. Her and Malati, but they're not together anymore. I don't think.
That's crazy.
They moved to Portland.
Oh, that's where they moved.
I think she still lives there.
God, that's
crazy?
Life is fucking crazy,
insanity.
man.
Insanity.
All right, we have this last question
So
from
I started.
Gabriel.
Hold on, let me wrap this up.
Jesus,
so
this is a long one, but I
I
like it.
started
I like it.
going up to
She
shows.
got
in the
it
Bay Area.
off. She got her cone off.
Yeah, good for her, dude.
Our
Like,
cat. It's been since Tuesday. Right now we're recording this on Sunday. 4 days.
Yeah.
She hasn't gotten her cone off, and she just now got it off.
Good for her, man. She deserves it.
Good for her.
She'll be fine.
I'm so happy that she got
Anyway,
it off.
So that's, and then I started going to like even more cutty venues, like Burnt Ramen. I wish you could have gone to these venues. Have you been to Gilman?
No. I've only been to Slim's
Is
one
Gilman
time.
closed?
I've been to
Let's fucking
Slim's
look
one
this up.
time. I've played.
Slim's though was like the
I
mainstream.
played DNA
like,
Lounge, and okay, I played DNA Lounge once, and then we saw. We played there with Black Dahlia, but we saw Evan open for when he was in the Faceless. We saw him open for Dillinger there with Royal Thunder, who fucking rule, dude. You know, Naveen, something about our podcast is we haven't been like mentioning music that we're into lately, and I just want to shout out the like.
Okay, Gilman's not. It's temporarily closed. So
For
it's
the
not, it might not be
winter,
closed.
I'm listening to Marissa Nadler.
Tight.
All right, keep going.
So yeah, I started going to with Dawn, Second Coming
Yeah. Dude, our cat's just like
shows.
grooming
I went to
herself.
like all these weird hardcore shows back in the day. This is like 20 years ago, by the way, or more than that.
Cause we just realized today that you're kind of old.
Yeah,
Like
it's weird.
if you were as old as my mom, okay, if you were my mom, then I would be 15.
I'm not doing so bad though. 35. Look at me. I got not too much gray hair.
I think you're hot as fuck,
I'm a little wrinkly.
baby.
But-
You're a babe. Don't worry.
Anyway, that's how it started for me, man. And I was always the youngest guy. And it was like a contest, like me and my brother and Leo. We were the youngest guys there.
What was it a contest?
I just
between?
remember being like, oh, look at this other young guy over here.
You were in a
this little
contest with
fucking kid.
Leo?
No, I wasn't in a contest. It was
Was
just
it
like,
to see who was the hottest
no, it was like,
or the coolest?
I remember this one time specifically.
The best guitar player?
I remember this one time specifically.
The best drummer?
Well, no, obviously not.
Obviously, you won that.
I remember this one
You
time.
think
that-
you're a better drummer than your brother?
I remember this one time that they were like, look at this other fucking little kid over here. Like they kind of pointed me out, like all the cool guys, you know, like in the hardcore scene.
And you were like,
And I was like, oh shit. And they were like, look, it's like Leo, but like a more hardcore version.
damn.
Because like I was just dressed like I am now. Like
They
I'm-
thought you were a cooler version of Leo.
no, like a more hardcore.
What was Leo?
He was punk. Dude.
Oh, he's more punk.
Yeah, he was punk.
He likes punk music.
He used to love punk. Dude.
You know, I've never
He was a
really been
punk
into
rocker.
punk music.
I was like into like Epitaph Records type punk, but that's not what we're talking about. here.
What punk? I don't know what that is. Pop punk.
like Rancid and shit.
One genre I've never been able to get into is pop punk.
Yeah, I liked some pop punk. in my day.
Unless is
Newfound
maybe there's
Glory,
some-
dude. No Newfound
all right.
Glory.
I like that one song. You know, I've liked some pop punk. I think that punk. No, I just think there are bands from each genre. I'm just.
All right, let's wrap this up. So
All right.
he says also.
Oh shit, she's going in on it.
All right, so Gabriel also says in the music video for the Black Page, when you woke up, was that your real room and more all those homies my figures. No, they weren't. That was actually Leo's room, and those were his homies. So that's where we're at with that.
Where was the rest of that video shot at?
It was shot on Bernal Hill at Leo's house and his parents' house.
And you did a fucking spin in that I've been trying to get you to do since.
Well, hey, we'll check you guys out next week, baby.
Have a good one.
Thanks for checking in. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We love you.
If anybody needs anything, you hit us up. We got you.
If you want to stay at our house, come over,
$100 a
hang
night.
out.
Yeah, we're launching that.
And you're invited to Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah. Peace.